Hey guys, how are you? Um, I'm trying to find something in this document. Give me just a second. Huh. Literally when I was talking to you guys earlier, I was laid in the bed because I wanted to take a nap so bad and I did not. Um I had to I talked to you guys so long and I just ended up going ahead and getting on carpool line. And now I want to make a background. This is the main thing I want to say is Sonia, baby, I cannot wait to hear Sonia make some excuses as to why Nesto was over there at April Holloway, aka Erica Kang's house, when he swore up and down he didn't even know who she was. Like, I would just love to hear, her best excuse as to why he's sitting up in the mist and pretending that she was Erica, or I don't even know her, or why is she lying? That just don't make no sense. That just don't make no sense, y'all. Why is Nesto over there at damn Erica Kang's house on Zoom call? What's going on, y'all? Hello? You crying? Are you crying? Stop crying. Don't cry. Don't cry. Dry your eyes, okay? JMM55, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? I am Blueberry Muffin. What's good? Thank you so much for gifting a friend. Y'all, I said, I got to go ahead and get this show on the road because we're going to be here. This is a whole damn situation. Okay, let me pull up my YouTube monitor. Okay. Blueberry. Okay, JMM gifted. She gifted clutching my herringbone. Okay, girl. Even though I do love pearls, baby, it's on some herringbone. Okay, guys, y'all. In honor of some true crime Black history, y'all, it is officially True Crime Black History Month. And in honor of True Crime Black History, Fulton County is celebrating by allowing the district attorney, one of the district attorneys, Mr. Will Wooten, who works up under Fonnie, everybody can get it, Willis. He dropped a history lesson on that ass. Okay. He said, oh, okay. Since since some people are trying to rewrite history, we're going to tell the facts of the case. Okay. Girl, look at Miss Holloway. Look at Miss Holloway's wig. Girl, she didn't even try to lay that wig down. She just said, let me just get this hair clip. Let me get this hair comb and let it do what it do. She said, I'm just gonna hair comb it. JMM, did you gifted 2 friends? Oh, thank you. JMM gifted clutching the herringbone. Let's see. Was it for the 2 times? Clutching herringbone and black but not bitter, period. And then attitude and Tylenol tipping because this is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. It's a lot. Elon is laughing. Hi, boo. Okay, who got here 1, 2, 3 first? V the one, Max, and Blueberry Muffin. Okay, 1, 2, 3 first. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try to, I love to drop coins on you guys. But just give me, we're gonna probably have to take breaks in between because I don't want to. Well, we're gonna have to get through it. And I didn't even get to listen to anything. By the time I got off with you guys, doing the little preview set, it was time for me to run out the door. Oh man, shoot. All I had time to do was Did I get that? Oh no. I clicked out of some of my research. Oh well. I'll find it. Um, all I had time to do was to go and get baby. Okay. Go get baby. You love it here. I love you here. Thank you, boo. Um, and come back home. And that was all I had time to do. So I haven't read any of this. Okay. But this is the picture. This is upstairs in maybe 990 Pine Grove, either 990 or 980. We'll go look at the pictures on Zillow and we'll figure it out. I can't wait to hear. Okay, yes, we're gonna get into it. I have about half a bottle of water. Oh, let me put my lip gloss on. Hold on. Girl. Can't read all this with some dry lips. Girl. I should make a name, Fran's lip gloss. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get into it. Let me find my document. This picture's everything. It sure is. Mm-hmm. Um, should I do it like this? I don't want to share it like that. Oh, hold on. Get it. Oh, this is it right here. Okay. All right, let's see. Um, can you guys see if I do it like that, or you guys want it big? I want to know at this moment what folk are thinking, specifically the mistress, when this man told you he was like, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. All right, wait a second. All right, guys, give me just a second to get this set up. Okay. He made it seem like he barely knew Erica, and word on the street is that Erica was his mistress too. Um, and I'm sure in this paper there's a lot that's going to come out. I mean, I'm just I'm just going to go out on a limb that all the tea will be dropped on this day. There's going to be a lot of tea spilt on this day, okay? All right, let me get this to where I can. Oh, annoying. Okay. All right, guys. Legit, if you did not know, now you know. This is no joke. This is certified 277 pages. I'm just trying to get my screen set up right so I can like comfortably read this. I'm going to move you guys over here so I can see you guys and highlight comments. Okay, and then I need to move this over here. And have this be okay. Okay. All right. Did you guys see this background? This is Nesto at the Zoom hearing, the infamous Zoom hearing that we've heard so much about. This is the Zoom hearing. Nesto was that he says he knows absolutely nothing about. Well, guess what? He does. He does, and he should. That's it, and that's all. Nesto was there. Okay. He was up there in the office on Pine Grove Road. Okay. All right. Let's get into it, guys. So this was filed today. Well, this was filed early in the morning. Okay. Girl, 12:05 a.m. Yeah, I can't wait to hear from all of my faves about this. Oh. I also hope Dre is here too. I was listening to a funny Dre call. I was actually going to have us listen to it, but you know what I'm saying? I had a whole nother lineup for today. And then one of y'all came from out the bushes into my Instagram, was like, "Hey, Fran." And I saw it. I went ahead and got it. And I was sitting in the bed like, I cannot believe I literally just paid $142 because there was a check, there was a credit card processing fee. I was like, I cannot believe, but I was like, I know Bougie Gang is gonna love this. And when I started scrolling through it, I was like, oh my God, this is so juicy. Um, oh, thank you, Nikki. Some lip gloss coins. Oh, thank you, girl. Yes, thank you. Okay, period. Thank you. And a couple of you guys sent me some cash apps. That's very sweet. Thank you, y'all. Okay, let's get into it because we're gonna be all night. All right, here we go. Let me see. Let me take this comment. Thank you, CW. See, a little something towards you. I will I know sometimes when I put it on PDF filler and give you guys the link, it gets tripped up. So we'll see. And if you follow me on Patreon, you know, I'll put it over there. I will drop it on PDF in members. Um I'll do something if you guys want it. I mean, who wants 277 page document? I guess I don't know, maybe some of you guys do. I'm not sure. If you want it, I'll drop the link for it with it'll have my watermark on it. But I will make that available. Okay. Because you guys have been so generous. You guys have more than taken care of that. So you do want it. Okay. Okay, guys, let's get into it. All right, let's go. It's like I always have to kind of like, okay, let's go. Okay, comes now the state of Georgia by and through the undersigned counsel and responds to the defendant's supplemental brief to suppress the vehicle search and all derivative evidence. The defendant files this motion to suppress on September 30th, 2024, and the state filed a response October 25th. He's giving the timeline. I think Sylvia, I think Blabbermouth was trying to say how people should read. I think Blabbermouth should learn how to read, and then you can direct people on like their style of reading. If I want to add and be dramatic, that's my business. My response and my rebuttal to a senorita blabbermouth who wants to tell people how to do things, what I'm going to say is learn how to read. And once you learn how to read, you can tell me. You really still can't tell me anything. So my response is learn how to read. Okay. So okay, back to this. The response on October 25th. A partial hearing was held October 18th. I feel like, is this the same thing we read the other day? And the court heard testimony and argument related to whether the seizure of the Ford F-350 vehicle was lawful under Fourth Amendment. At the conclusion of the testimony and the argument, the court directed the parties to file supplemental briefs. Where's Joey? We're not even going to get into that today. Joey might be in the bushes, but you guys ask for Joey to come out the bushes, and then you know what I mean? Joey gives his opinion. It's okay. I think what's good is that we're not one band, one sound. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own opinion, and that's a good thing, right? I think it's good to be able to hear other people's point of view. I don't think everyone's point of view may not be like an argument that you're going to support or buy into, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Everyone can think what they want to think. Um Anyway, okay, let's keep going. All right, so you guys talk to each other. When I if I deviate over to comments, it's going to slow me down. So officially at this moment, I'm going to just try to read a good little portion. Okay. Um, let's see. A partial hearing was held December 18th, and the court heard testimony and argument related to whether the seizure of the Ford F-350 vehicle was lawful under the Fourth Amendment. At the conclusion of testimony and argument, the court directed the parties to file supplemental briefs related to what, if any, the state's evidence would constitute fruit of the poisonous tree. If the court ultimately ruled that the seizure of the Ford F-350 was unlawful, the defendant filed a supplemental brief on January 6 challenging a large volume of state's evidence, and the state now responds in opposition. As set forth now, only a handful of items found in the F-350 listed in Section 8 below would be subject to suppression if the court were to conclude that the Ford F-350 was unlawfully seized. So remember, in the last document that was filed, basically Will Wooten gave an argument as to why the vehicle seizure was lawful, or that the argument by Hoover was not relevant because Nesto didn't have any rights to the vehicle. So really just the motion to suppress the vehicle search. Now this is the argument relating to the derivative evidence of the vehicle search. Okay, so is everybody on that? The first thing was, okay, Nesto doesn't even have any rights to the vehicle, and this is why. This is the argument about the evidence that was procured from that search. If the search is not lawful, these are the things they're getting ready to argue, like the why of the evidence that was procured from the quote unquote search. Okay, that's where we're at. Next page. Okay. Memorandum of law. Inevitably, discovery, independent source, and attenuation doctrines. Girl, are we gonna have to spend time looking a lot of stuff up? Attenuation doctrines. Hold on a second. Baby, I need to know. Okay, attenuation doctrine is a legal principle that allows the use of evidence that was discovered after unconstitutional police conduct if the connection between the two is weak. It's an exception to the exclusionary rule, which is designed to protect the Fourth Amendment right against unreasonable search and seizure. How it works: attenuation doctrine evaluates the causal link between unlawful act and evidence. If the connection is too remote, the evidence may be admissible. The doctrine considers factors like a time between the unlawful act and the discovery of the evidence, and whether there were any intervening circumstances. Example: if a police officer stops someone without a legitimate reason, but then discovers an outstanding warrant, the evidence discovered after the arrest may be admissible. This is because the discovery of the warrant interrupted the causal chain between the unlawful stop and the evidence. Okay. The exclusionary rule is I guess he was probably getting ready to explain it, but anyway, the exclusionary rule is a judicially created remedy designed to deter police misconduct by suppressing the law and evidence obtained in violation of the defendant's constitutional rights. See Teal versus State. The state prohibits use of evidence seized during an unlawful search, testimony concerning information acquired during an unlawful search, and evidence and testimony. This is a product of a primary evidence or that is otherwise acquired as an indirect result of the unlawful search, up to a point where the taint is dissipated by its attenuated connection with the unlawful search. Courts have recognized several exceptions to the exclusionary rule that allow unlawfully obtained evidence to be admissible under certain circumstances. Relevant here are the inevitable discovery doctrines, the independent source doctrine, and attenuation doctrine. As set forth below, to the extent of the defendant has even established a connection between the seizure of the Ford F-350 and a challenged piece of evidence. Three exceptions apply to almost every item of evidence challenged by the defendant. Okay. Under the inevitable discovery doctrine, the Supreme Court of the United States has held that unlawfully obtained evidence remains admissible if the prosecution can establish by a preponderance of evidence that the information ultimately or inevitably would be discovered by lawful means. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. Nix versus United States. Okay. Under the exception for inevitable discovery, the government may introduce evidence that was obtained by a legal search if the government can establish a reasonable probability that the evidence in question would would have been discovered by lawful means. Footnote, the state reiterates the position of the defendant has no standing to challenge the seizure of the Ford F-350, and that even if he did, the seizure was lawful. But if it will assume for the sake of argument that the court has determined that the F-350 was unlawfully seized. Okay. So here we go. The government must also establish the lawful means which made discovery inevitable were being actively pursued prior to the occurrence of the illegal conduct. Kennebrew versus State of Georgia. The exception exists because exclusion of physical evidence that would inevitably be discovered adds nothing to either the integrity or fairness of a criminal trial. In Nix, the court emphasized that the prosecution should never be put in a worse position than it would have occupied without any police misconduct. An independent source doctrine applies to evidence initially discovered during or as a consequence of an unlawful search, but later obtained independently from activities untainted by the initial illegality. Like the inevitable discovery doctrine, the purpose of the independent source doctrine is to put the police in the same, not worse position than they would have been in if no police error or misconduct had occurred. Intertwined with both the inevitable discovery and independent source doctrines in Brown versus Illinois, the Supreme Court of the United States explained that the fruit of the poisonous tree need not be suppressed if the taint of the unlawful search or seizure is attenuated by intervening circumstances. Attenuation is determined by three factors: temporary proximity of the legal conduct and independent discovery of the evidence, the presence of intervening circumstances, and particularity and purpose of flagrancy of the official misconduct. Moreover, the Supreme Court has explained that courts should apply the exclusionary rule far more skeptically to live witness testimony than they might to inanimate tangible evidence. United States versus Caglione in or Ciclione. During a gambling investigation, a police officer entered a flower shop, went behind the counter of the shop, and spent several minutes engaging in conversation with his friend who was an employee in the shop. While in the shop, he picked up an envelope near the cash register, illegally opened it without a search warrant, and observed money and documents. He then asked the employee who did who did not know he had looked at the envelope, who did not know he had looked at the envelope, to whom the envelope belonged. She stated that the envelope belonged to a defendant who owned the flower shop and that he had instructed her to give it to someone. The defendant was later charged with perjury after denying under oath that he had been involved with gambling operations, contradicting the employee's statements. The defendant moved to suppress his employee's testimony that the defendant had given her the envelope on the grounds that the police had only sought her statement because of what was observed during the illegal search of the envelope. The Supreme Court rejected the argument and allowed the employee's testimony to be admitted, noting that the court should be far more skeptical of suppressing live witness testimony compared to in inanimate tangible evidence. In reaching its conclusion, the court considered several factors, including the willingness of the witness to testify, the the greater the willingness of the witness to freely testify, and the greater the likelihood that he or she will be discovered by legal means and contaminate and contaminately, the smaller the incentive to conduct an illegal search to discover the witness. Ultimately, the court concluded that since the cost of excluding live witness testimony also will be greater than excluding inanimate evidence, a closer, more direct link between the illegality and the testimony is required in order to authorize suppression. As set forth, almost all the evidence challenged by the defendant is admissible for one or more of the following reasons. Either the defendant has no standing, so we're talking about Nesto now, as set forth, almost all of the evidence challenged by the defendant is admissible for one or more of the following reasons. One, either one, the defendant has no standing to challenge the evidence. Two, the evidence was discovered prior to the seizure of the Ford F-350. Three, the evidence would have inevitably been discovered independent of the seizure of the Ford F-350. Four, the evidence was discovered after the seizure of the Ford F-350, but from an independent source. Or five, any taint was sufficiently attenuated by intervening circumstances. Well, okay. Relevant facts and argument. Okay, as pretrial consideration, it should be noted that the defendant himself was previously acknowledged the inordinate amount of publicity that has been given and will be given to this case leading up and during the trial. Defendant's motion for gag order filed May 31st. As example, the defendant's arrest and the Roswell Police Department ongoing investigation were reported by multiple media outlets, including in online articles and television broadcasts beginning as early as October of 22. Exhibit A. All right, let's go to Exhibit A. What page are we on? Page 5. Let's go to Exhibit A. Okay, Exhibit A. Okay. Girl. Ah. Oh God. Exhibit A. You guys. Man arrested by Roswell Police Department for stealing more than $1 million from dozens of victims. Atlanta News First, okay? The Roswell Police Department believes a man and a woman are responsible for stealing more than $1 million, guys. Roswell PD says 57-year-old Ernest Williams, aka Nesto, as well as 46-year-old Erica King, Erica Hughley Rothschild were running shell companies devoted to business growth, development, and coaching. Williams and King would convince their victims that they would help them grow their brands and fulfill their mission or life goals. Police believe there is a strong likelihood that others were taken advantage of by Williams and King. Exhibit A, Fox 5 Atlanta. Roswell police makes double arrest in $1 million fraud scheme. Roswell police have arrested 2 people in connection with a $1 million fraud scheme. It's the scheme team, y'all. Investigators say 57-year-old Ernest Williams and 46-year-old Erica King convinced people to pay them for their business expertise. They would align themselves with other victims to promise to be able to grow their brands, their missions, and their life goals and their social media followings. Roswell police officer Tim Lupo. Police say Williams and King acted the part and people paid good money for the services. However, investigators say they never provided any services and it was all a scam. We know about more than a dozen victims and over $1 million in monetary and property loss. That was Officer Tim Lupo. Okay. You guys can see this right here. WBTV. Who filed this report? Staff reporter. Fulton County, 2 people were jailed and charged with a scheme that bilked more than a dozen out of more than $1 million in cash and property. Police said Ernest Williams, 57, Erica King, 46, hadn't been paying rent and bouncing checks for home repairs. Police told Channel 2 Action News the couple styled themselves as brand experts, making lofty promises to grow people's businesses. As detectives looked into their case, they discovered an even bigger scheme. Police spokesman Tim Lupo said for years the two put up a convincing front. They would align themselves with their victims. Just a common theme. I'm skipping ahead. The best thing you can do is always do your due diligence when you're trying to invest in somebody and try to seek out public services. Lupo said, try to get reviews if you can, try and ask for other clients. So these are the stories that we all saw, right? Okay, let's go back. Page 5. Page 5. Okay. This is the exhibit A. I feel like I just got lost. Okay, here we go. All right. So pre-trial publicity. Okay, so they said to go and see Roswell Police Department's ongoing investigation were reported by multiple media outlets, including the online articles and television broadcasts beginning as early as October. See Exhibit A, Fox 5, ANF, WSB TV. Each of these articles encouraged potential victims to contact Roswell Police Department by multiple victims. In fact, came forward. In addition, then the defendant was indicted by Fulton County grand jury. Several media outlets published articles and broadcast television stories encouraging potential victims to contact the state, and multiple victims in fact came forward. Finally, as the court is aware, various YouTube content creators regularly report on this case. Okay. The court is aware various YouTube content creators, are you guys catching this? I'm sure you are. Regularly report on this case, further expanding public awareness and encouraging victims to come forward. Okay. That's what's happening. By regularly reporting on this matter, this criminality, this scheme team, guess what? It's a public service because it increases public awareness and it encourages victims to come forward. This pre-trial publicity and media exposure is relevant in the context of the inevitable discovery and attenuation doctrines. To the extent that the defendant generally challenges evidence related to victims Melody Scretchen, Gail Bickham, Olivia Washington, and Regina Delaney because of his extensive coverage across multiple platforms. These victims have had multiple opportunities to discover the investigation of the case and come forward, as many others have, independent of any evidence found as a result of the seizure of the Ford F-350, because you guys show up and consume this story. You guys are so interested in this story, and we aim to please and deliver this content to the YouTube Streets audience. That has actually helped the case. That's my understanding, okay? Because there are content creators who regularly post on this topic, it has encouraged other victims to come from out the bushes, okay? Okay? All right. Victim Melody Scretchen. The defendant appears to assert that certain evidence and testimony related to the victim Melody Scretchen should be suppressed if the court determines that the Ford F-350 have unlawfully been seized. Defendant supplement brief at 2. Do we have the defendant supplemental brief? Is it in here? Is he? It's got to be in here, I would imagine. I know I have it. Let me see. Let's see. He published it in the last one, right? That's the one that's 50 pages. Okay. His supplemental brief at 2. At 2. Okay, I guess we'll figure it out because I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. Okay. Defendant supplemental brief at 2. The defendant does not identify what specific evidence or testimony to be suppressed, but instead merely points out a piece of paper with Melody Scretchen's name. He sure does at number 2. At 2. A receipt. His Ford 350. Okay, piece of paper, count 26. I don't know. It doesn't really state. So I think he's talking about this right here. If you can see this. So he's saying the Ford F-350 was unlawfully seized. The defendant's supplement brief at 2. The defendant does not identify what specific evidence or testimony should be suppressed, but merely points out a piece of paper with Melody Scretchen's credit card was located in the F-350, but briefly summarizes a telephone interview with Scretchen conducted by the police August 15th, more than a month after the search of the F-350, but it is unclear to the state whether the defendant's position is that only the single piece of paper should be suppressed or all evidence and testimony related to Ms. Scretchen should be suppressed, or something in between. Out of an abundance of caution and to provide relevant factual background to the court, the state will assume that the defendant is challenging all evidence and testimony related to Ms. Scretchen, but for the reasons set forth below, the state submits that only the single piece of paper is subject to suppression if the court determines that the F-350 was illegally seized. So Miss Scretchen, this is Miss Scretchen here, but items in the F-350, they start listing things here. I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit of a confusing Melody Scretchen credit card number. So a piece of paper with Melody Scretchen's credit card number, that's actually number 3. So Will Wooten said at 2, but it's really at 3. Uh, okay. Anywho, uh, Miss Scretchen purchased a 2018 Nissan Altima December 5th, 2018. See Exhibit B. Okay, let's go down to Exhibit. I feel like I should open up another session and have another one of these open because it's like, what? Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Okay. Let me move this one over here. Okay. Exhibit B. Is this Exhibit B? Okay, here we go. Here's Exhibit B. All right. So Exhibit B, Miss Scretchen purchased a 2018 Altima on December 5th. See Exhibit B, vehicle title tag. Oh, geez. Vehicle title tag. And the defendant acknowledges Miss Scretchen reported her car stolen on June 4th, 2022 with the South Fulton Police Department well in advance of the seizure of the Ford F-350. See Exhibit C. This is Exhibit C. Okay. Exhibit C is this. It is Exhibit C, guys. Her police report. On listed due date, Corporal Fullerton was dispatched to blank in reference to a larceny. I think I read this to you guys whilst we were talking about the document earlier. But I will read it to you again. Hold on a second. Okay. So Miss Scretchen, theft by deception. All right. On the date listed on the listed date and time, Corporal Fullerton was dispatched in reference to larceny. Upon arrival, I made contact with the victim, Scretchen. Are you guys seeing? Let me see what screen you guys are looking at. Okay, guys. Okay. All right, you're looking at the police report. Okay, good. Let me try to make this bigger so you guys can see. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. I kind of need to have this open, but okay, let me do that. Is that better? So you guys can see. Yeah, okay, that makes it more readable. Okay. All right. Upon arrival, I made contact with the victim, Scretchen Melody. Scretchen advised she was looking to sell her vehicle to a friend. Mr. Williams stated he could sell it for her. Miss Scretchen stated in January of this year she allowed Mr. Williams to take her vehicle to be sold. After she checked with several car dealerships, Mr. Williams stated to Miss Scretchen that he knew someone who could buy her vehicle for more than what the dealerships were offering her. Miss Scretchen stated that it's been since January that she has been asking Mr. Williams for her vehicle back or the money he sold it for. Miss Scretchen stated since January up to this date, Mr. Williams has been giving her the runaround about the vehicle. In return, Mr. Williams gave Miss Scretchen his black undercover 2016 Dodge Charger bearing a Georgia tag registered to Nesto's Elite Private Security to drive until he sold her vehicle. Mr. Williams has multiple active warrants in reference to theft, and warrants are as follows: fraud out of Los Angeles, California, 9/13/2018. And here's the warrant and case numbers: larceny, Henry County, 2019, 22/19/2019, fraud in Orange County, 3/3/2020. There's the warrant number, case, and then a theft by deception is in Roswell. Miss Scretchen's vehicle is silver, 2018 Nissan Altima bearing a Georgia tag, and the warrant was obtained for Mr. Williams. Fulton County operator, 1300. Now, this is the deal. Keep in mind, we know that according to Nesto, he sold the Altima to one of his victims, a different victim, right? And I mean, it would just be apparent to me that he clearly pocketed the money. That would just be my opinion. Is that what he did? He said he sold the car. How, if you sold the car? I mean, there has been no transfer of funds. I mean, let's just be real about it. He never paid Scretchen her money. So she is kind of, it would be safe to assume that there was a problem, right? So we know that found here, fraud here. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Okay. So you never gave her the money. So she was well within kind of her rights to report it stolen. Okay, let's go back. So this is exhibit B, right? Am I on exhibit B? Hold on. Y'all, I have like 3 of these documents open. Okay, so we're on page 41. Okay. This is still the same. I'm assuming this is still the same report. Okay. It was exhibit B and exhibit C. Okay, now we're back here, guys. Okay, let's get back. So we just looked at exhibit B and we looked at exhibit C. Okay. SFPD report 20220861 Miss Scretchen told the police that she was looking to sell her 2018 Nissan Altima and that the defendant offered to sell it to her because he knew someone who could buy it, who would buy her vehicle for more than what the dealerships were offering. SF, so South Fulton Police Department, police report 2208614. 3. Okay, at 3. In January 2022, Ms. Scretchen permitted the defendant to take her vehicle to be sold. Several months passed, during which time Ms. Scretchen repeatedly asked the defendant for her vehicle back and or the money he sold it for. The defendant gave Ms. Scretchen the runaround before she finally realized he was not going to return the vehicle, prompting her to file a police report. As a result of the report, the arrest warrant was issued for the defendant in June. She gave him the car in January, and in June, which is also before he got arrested. Okay. That's another point. So just keep in mind that they're contesting that they wouldn't have known anything without the vehicle search. Well, guess what? She filed a police report in June. All right. Exhibit D. Exhibit D. I think I read this to you guys. This is the police report, okay? Is this the same? This is the same police report. So initially, what was this? This was the officer narrative. This is the officer narrative, and then this is the actual warrant. Excuse me. So this is D. It said to go to exhibit D, and that is, like they say right here, the arrest warrant. Okay. You guys seeing that? The defendant was arrested on the warrant by Detective Natalie Offamy Fields, July 7, 2022, the same day the Ford F-350 was seized. See exhibit E. Okay. Exhibit E. Okay. And what is Exhibit E? Okay, thank God. I was like, oh my God. And this is the one we've seen this before. You guys have seen this. All of Nesto's aliases, Arnold, Roderick Arnold, Roderick J. Arnold, Roderick V. Okay, Arnold, Roger Arnold, Marcus Favors, Alcus Pittman. That's one of my favorite ones. John West, Victor West, Victor Lamar West, Paul Williams, Ernest Leverett, Ernest L, Ernest with an A, Ernest with girl, Ernest spelled dumb, Ernest Dog Williams, okay. Ernasty, no, I'm just kidding. Ernest Lorette, Junior, Levert, Ernie, a mess, okay? So we're on Exhibit E, Fulton County Jail Booking Report. So on the booking report, they've got all this information. They've got Shirley listed as his wife. Right here, Shirley. They got 980. Why did you give that number on your booking report? Why does your booking report have 980 Pine Grove Road? If that's not your address, you never lived there. You don't know them folks. Why is that address on the booking report? Let me see what you guys are saying. Y'all, have y'all made dinner? Dusty Williams. Girl, Dusty. Very, very much giving Dusty. Guys, can you hit the like button for me? Because likes do matter. And girl, likes matter. Okay. Exhibit E, Fulton County Jail booking report is questionable that an investigation into the crimes committed against Miss Scretchen and by the defendant are being actively pursued prior to the seizure of the F-350. Okay. He said, let the record show. Stop playing with me. Fulton County Jail booking report. Let me go back to it so you guys can see, because sir provided the receipt. Okay. The jail booking report. He says the booking report is unquestionable that an investigation into crimes committed against Miss Scretchen by the defendant was being actively pursued prior okay, to the seizure of the F-350. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. Do you see this booking report? Girl, he got outsourced to Cobb County. Current cell outsourced to Cobb County. Theft by deception, theft by deception. So the warrant, okay, are we cross-referencing the warrant here? See the warrant EW0366860? 0366860 right here. This is the top one. So before he got arrested on the other charges, that's at the top of the booking sheet. So the booking sheet is in order of which he had been arrested. So the Melody Scretchen situation was already top of the booking sheet. So it's like, it's unquestionable that an investigation into the crimes committed against Miss Scretchen by the defendant were already actively pursued prior to the seizure of the F-350. It's almost like, okay, Sean, you tried it. I guess you were trying to see if I was going to be lazy or not, but he's not being lazy. If you want the receipts, he's going to pull. Basically, it's like he's going to pull the receipts if that's what you want him to do. Like, if that's what you really want me to do, I'm going to pull these receipts for you. Okay. Subsequent events. Let me make sure I'm back on my right screen. Subsequent events and investigation revealed that the defendant had given the 2018 Nissan Altima he stole from Miss Scretchen to another of his victims. And they've got the name on here, Leonie Thwaites, who was unaware the vehicle was stolen. See Exhibit F. Conyers Police Department report 22 000 41063. On June 6, 2022, just 2 days after Scretchen reported her vehicle stolen to South Fulton Police Department, Thwaites' grandmother, Tracy Simmons, who was also unaware that the vehicle was stolen, was arrested for driving the stolen vehicle in Conyers, Georgia. Miss Simmons was removed from the vehicle at gunpoint and was made to lie face down on the ground during the arrest. Miss Simmons stated to the police that she first saw her granddaughter with the vehicle in January 2022, consistent with the statements made by Miss Scretchen and South Fulton Police Department officers. South Fulton Police Report 22 000 8614 at 3. Conyers Police Department officers immediately contacted Miss Scretchen to notify her that her vehicle stolen by the defendant had been located. All of this occurred well before the seizure of the F-350. The document also acknowledges that Ms. Scretchen filed a report regarding the use of her credit card for items not authorized with the South Fulton Police Department. See Defendants Supplement at 2. Jesus. Okay, Defendants Supplement at 2. Am I looking at the right thing? Just a second. This is the 277 page. I need the 50 pager. Girl, oh, that's over here. No, that's not it. Y'all. Thank you, Southside. Give me just 1 second. Do you think he's going to have a long or short trial? I'm gonna just off the top of my head, I'm gonna say they're probably gonna budget for 2 to 3 weeks. Why, Fran, why do you think? I'm just budgeting that it's probably gonna take the prosecution like a week, maybe a week, 5 to 7 days to run through, and depending on if Sean is going to go with witnesses, let's just say it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to take them about 2-3 days to sit their jury, and then the trial. So I feel like 3 weeks, not because for any, it's just a complicated case. It's complicated and there's lots of information. So lots of paperwork, lots of things. Okay, let me find the other document because I have 2 of these open, and I have 2 of these open, and I thought I had the other one open too. So give me just a second, guys. Because there's so much back and forth, I don't want to have to keep floating through the main document. I want to have the other one kind of open so I can just go to flip screens. So give me just a second. I thought I must have closed. Oh, here it is. Girl, let me move my tab. Let me move my tab right over here. Okay, that's easier now. Okay. Where are we? Am I supposed to be going to Exhibit G? Okay. Defendant also acknowledges that Miss Scretchen filed a report regarding the use of her credit card and other unauthorized use of items. Exhibit G. Did we already get through Exhibit F? Oh, look at Exhibit F, you guys. We didn't see this one. This is Exhibit F. This is the arrest report for the person, Miss Tracy, who got arrested, and her granddaughter was like in the Dominican Republic. This is the full arrest report right here. Okay. That was the arrest report. I think I read that to you earlier. So if you want to refer to that, I was live earlier and I read this particular portion to you guys. This is it right here. Okay. Do you guys want me to read it to you guys again? Do you want that? Hey, Glorious. Thank you, boo. The government. Who's testifying for Nesto? I don't know that they're going to be I mean, they might have some girl. I don't know. The phone company girl, Sonia. This is a lot of cross-referencing. This is a lot. Okay. Let's get back. We can always go back into this. Let's just try to get through these 29 pages. Because we're still at page number 7. Thank you, Attitude and Tylenol. Girl, he's got exhibits that have exhibits. Okay. Yeah, let's get through this. And then we'll keep going back and forth. It's working. I mean, I think it helps illustrate what's really going on. Okay. Simmons was removed from the vehicle at gunpoint. We know that. So Miss Simmons stated to the police that she first saw her granddaughter with the vehicle in January 2022, consistent with the statements made by Miss Scretchen and South Fulton Police Department. Conyers Police Department officers immediately contacted Miss Scretchen to notify her that her vehicle stolen by the defendant had been located. All of this occurred well before the seizure of the F-350. The defendant also acknowledges that Ms. Scretchen filed a report regarding the use of her credit card for items not authorized with South Fulton Police Department. Exhibit G. Girl, I'm so curious. Exhibit G. This is Exhibit G. Corporal Keene responded. Are you guys seeing this? Yes. It's like we may as well. Corporal Keene responded via landline to blank in reference to fraudulent transactions. Upon contact, I spoke with Melody Scretchen, who advised she made a report on January of 2022, and due to that incident, her friend, Mr. Ernest Williams, used 3 of Scretchen's credit cards: Family First, SunTrust card, and Carnival Bar Play card to purchase items not authorized by Scretchen. Scretchen advised. So so you know what Sonia did? Sonia, when they did the new police reports for Roswell Police Department, when I guess they incorporated some of the statements of some of the victims, they took that as the dates, but yeah, those aren't the dates. Family First Credit Union, SunTrust credit card, Carnival Bar Play card to purchase items not authorized by Scretchen. Scretchen advised Williams stated that he had a hookup at Brandsmart USA for items needed to fix some things in her home. So Williams obtained the card information from Scretchen via phone. Scretchen advised the transaction showed up on her credit statement in early December of 2021. And when she went to cancel her cards, the bank advised Scretchen that she needed a police report before issuing a new card. In addition, Scretchen advised she sent a total of $6,000 via Zelle to E. Williams for various business purposes, but none of the promises were ever fulfilled. The case number was pulled and provided via landline, nothing further. A mess. U.S. currency, U.S. currency, U.S. currency. Okay. I mean, $3,000, $1,000, $1,800, $6,000. That's over $10,000 right there, right? 4,000, 3,000, 1,000. So, and then 5871, over $10,000. So you're looking almost $12,000 here in credit card and cash. Okay. My God. All right. Is this exhibit H? Okay. Conyers Police Department report on June 6, 2022, just 2 days after Scretchen reported her vehicle stolen to South Fulton Police Department. Miss Thwaite's grandmother, Tracy, who was also unaware that the vehicle was stolen, was arrested for driving a stolen vehicle in Conyers. Simmons was removed from the vehicle at gunpoint and was made to lie face down on the ground. Miss Simmons stated to the police that she first saw her granddaughter with the vehicle in January 22, consistent with the statements by Miss Scretchen and South Fulton Police Department. Three Conyers Police Department officers immediately contacted Miss Scretchen to notify her the vehicles were stolen, had been located. All of this occurred well before the seizure of the F-350. Defendant also acknowledges that Miss Scretchen filed a report regarding the use of her credit card for items not authorized with the South Fulton Police Department. Exhibit G, we just looked at that. In the report made August 13th of 2022, Ms. Scretchen stated that she previously reported that the defendant stole her 2018 Nissan Altima and that she needed to follow up the report that he had also use of her credit cards without her authorization. The defendant told Scretchen that he had a hookup at Brandsmart to help her buy any items from her home. So she provided the credit card information to him instead of using Scretchen's credit card to provide information to purchase items for her at Brandsmart. The defendant used Scretchen's Family First credit card, SunTrust, and Carnival card to purchase items for himself without Miss Scretchen's authorization. In October 2023, once the defendant's case had been received by Fulton County District Attorney's Office, Ms. Scretchen provided a written statement to the state confirming that the above details provided copies of the credit card statements and documented unauthorized transactions. See Exhibit H. Are you guys with me? We're here at Exhibit H, y'all. Okay. To whom it may concern. Let me see if you guys are here. To whom it may concern. All right. All the Nesto demon is on without any help from Erica. This is stuff that we haven't even gotten to Erica yet. Can you believe this? This is all of his business. This is all of Nesto's shenanigans. Okay. All right, let's see what Miss Scretchen says on some thieving ass. His thieving ass. Okay. All right, guys. Let me get back to this. Okay. To whom it may concern. Ooh. Okay. Okay, there we go. To whom it may concern, I did not provide authorization to Ernest Nesto Williams to use the following credit cards at the specified companies listed below. SunTrust credit card ending in 4860 for $1,000 at Lara's Trucks. Family First credit card ending in 9447 for $1,071. Family First credit card ending in 9747, $800. Barclay Carnival card, $1,000. Barclay Carnival card for $2,000 at Precinct 1 Auto. So 4 charges at Lara's and 1 for Precinct 1 Auto. Additionally, I provided Nesto with $6,000 for various services. The products that were never delivered, these payments were intended to cover services such as growing my Instagram, social media accounts, setting up and managing pop-up shops, handling the setup and removal of appliances. A portion of the payment was meant for a 2% ownership stake in his company, which was to serve as a means of paying off my credit card through a write-off. The funds were also designated for the acquisition of a Chevrolet Tahoe and associated insurance policy for the vehicle. Lastly, I aim to reduce my debt to income ratio, and one of the strategies I had in mind was selling my car. Nesto offered to assist and proposed that I drive one of his work vehicles, a Dodge Charger, while I worked on selling my car. The plan was for me to use his vehicle until I could afford to buy a used vehicle outright. In January, I received a quote for my car from CarMax. However, when Nesto bought his car, he assured me that he had the potential buyer who was willing to purchase my car for a higher price than CarMax's offer. He explained that if the prospective buyer decided against purchasing my car, he would simply return it to me and wouldn't be at a loss. With this understanding, I gave Nesto the keys to my car, believing that he would sell it on my behalf. According to Nesto, my car was sold in February. However, he never provided me with the cash for the sale. I allowed him ample time to return my vehicle or my money as I began requesting my car from March to June. It was only after receiving no response regarding my vehicle that I reported my car stolen. And that was from Melody Scretchen. And that was Exhibit H. And then I guess here's her card statements, Lara's trucks. They blacked out everything is redacted. Okay. And then we'll go to I. Okay. Back here. As set forth, nothing related to Scretchen beyond the single piece of paper, Melody Scretchen's credit card located on the F-350 subject to suppression. All the evidence related to Scretchen either was known or reported prior to the seizure of the F-350 would have inevitably been discovered and discovered from the source independent of the Ford F-350, or is sufficiently attenuated such that any taint is cured. Victim Gail Bickham. The defendant appears to assert that certain evidence and testimony related to the victim Gail Bickham should be suppressed if the court determines that the Ford F-350 was unlawfully seized. The defendant does not identify what specific evidence or testimony should be suppressed, but instead merely points out a check from Wade Ford for $2,852 and invoices from the sale of the 2012 Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon that were located inside the Ford F-350, and briefly summarizes an interview with Gail Bickham conducted by the police October 13th, 2022. More than 3 months after the search of the F-350, it is unclear that it is unclear to the state whether the defendant's position is that only the check and invoices should be suppressed, all evidence and testimony related to Ms. Bickham should be suppressed, or something in between. Out of an abundance of caution to provide relevant factual background to the court, the state will assume that the defendant challenges all evidence and testimony related to Ms. Bickham, but for the reasons set forth below, the state submits that none of these items are subject to suppression, even if the court determines that the Ford F-350 was illegally seized. See footnote 2. The check and invoices are addressed in section 8 below. Okay, I don't know what section we're in right now. Oh, section 8. They're addressed in section 8. We'll get there. I'm like, dare I go there now? I don't want to. Because we're on page 9. I don't want to lose my place. Um, Police conducted a lengthy interview with Miss Bickham, October 13, 2022, during which she explained how she met the defendant in 2009, 2010, and how he had attempted to entice her to enter several business deals with him over the years. In June of 2021, the defendant contacted Miss Bickham and offered to help her develop her real estate business. Miss Bickham believed that the defendant's offer to was legitimate because he appeared to be connected to wealthy investors through excuse me. Okay, Farah had some very important news. Farah, do me a favor. Turn the lights on around the house, please. Girl, I'm like, can you turn the lights on and can you put the oven on preheat? Because girl, just put it on preheat. Okay. Thank you. Um, y'all, we'll get through this. Okay. Police conducted lengthy interview, 2009 to 2010. In 2021, the defendant contacted Miss Bickham and offered her to help her develop her real estate business. Miss Bickham believed that the defendant's offer was legitimate because he appeared to be connected to wealthy investors through his marriage with Shirley Strawberry. Miss Bickham had recently purchased a 2021 Mercedes-Benz GLE class vehicle and it was fully paid off. Sis has some coins. The defendant coerced Miss Bickham into signing the title of the vehicle over to him so that he could sell it or trade it in for another vehicle, and he claimed would help improve her image. On June 29th, 2021, the defendant purchased a 1998. Can you believe this? It's like, Miss Bickham, seriously? Okay, on June 29th, 2021, the defendant purchased a 1998 Prevost Royale vehicle using Miss Bickham's funds after the defendant led her to believe the vehicle was being purchased for her business. Instead, the defendant registered the vehicle in his own business's name. 2 months later, August 21, the defendant traded Miss Bickham's GLE class vehicle and the 1998 Prevost vehicle, purchasing with Miss Bickham's funds a 2002 Prevost Liberty vehicle without Miss Bickham's knowledge or consent. The 2002 Prevost Liberty vehicle was also registered in the defendant's business name. I mean, this is not the first time. So he just gets loose with people's money. Approximately 1 year later, June 30th, 2022, the defendant traded the 2002 Prevost Liberty and another vehicle for a 2021 Mercedes-Benz G-Class vehicle, G-Wagon, at Wade Ford, again without Miss Bickham's knowledge or consent. Miss Bickham provided a large number of documents to the police and the state, including documentation of various vehicles, purchases, documentation of her communications with defendant. Some of those communications demonstrate that Miss Bickham made multiple demands to have her property returned throughout 2021 and 2022. She indicated multiple times that the defendant that she would involve third parties if necessary. On October 13th, 2021, Ms. Bickham stated to the defendant, "Will you be providing me my car this evening? I cannot take this as a total loss and do nothing. You can either give me my title to the coach, give me my money, or I will contact all parties who have received money and an asset from me to get all the paperwork. See Exhibit I." Girl, gladly. Okay, let's go to Exhibit I. Okay, here we go, guys. Exhibit I. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Exhibit I, right? Exhibit I. Okay. Will you be providing me my car this evening? Can you guys see this? Okay. I waited all day. I've been very patient. I've made it clear what I am facing. I have You have gone dark 30. I cannot take this as a total loss and do nothing. You can either give me my title to that coach, give me my money, or I will contact all parties who have received money and an asset from me to get all paperwork. I do not fear you. And the same way my problems are not of concern to you, no one else's problems are a concern to me. If you or whomever you know hunt me down to bring some form of harm to me, then so be it. But I will not accept you taking all that you have and not honoring your word or returning what you and your syndicate ooh have taken. By the way, I don't believe you are out of town. This is not oh shit. This is not what good people who mean well do to good people who mean well. I have been financially harmed by you, and it has taken a horrible toll on me physically. I am being as rational and forthcoming as humanly possible in hopes that you will understand that business relationships in any sort between you and I is not all we will ever eh, business relations of any sort between you and I is not and will never be possible because you don't honor your word and follow through with your commitments made to Gail Bickham. Why is she calling herself in the third party? If you do not have the money because you don't have that amount of money, tell me, and that will be that for now. But if you have any money and you are just refusing to return it after consistently demonstrating your inability to perform for whatever reason, this is not good, brother. This is not good. What if someone did this to your daughter? How would you feel? He doesn't care. Girl, he does not care. That's exhibit I. Okay. What do you guys think of that? I mean, it's messed up. It's very, very, very much giving messed up. Um, very messed up. Yeah. Blabbermouth doesn't even look, you can't discuss money with someone who doesn't even have a $20 bill. Blabbermouth can't talk on money. Blabbermouth has no concept of, oh, you can let me liquidate my bought and paid for 1-year-old Mercedes GLE class and let me give you $10,000 out of my business account. I guess whenever he met Bickham, I mean, I hate it for her, but she had a little bit too much coin for him and he juiced her. He juiced her, and it's unfortunate that she trusted him because he is not someone she should have ever gave a dollar to. She made a mistake dealing with him, but I'm sure she knows that now. That's unfortunate. Let me make sure I'm back on the right page. Okay, let me clear this comment so y'all can see. Okay, here we go. We just saw exhibit I. Text messages on October 27, 21. Ms. Bickham stated to the defendant, since you choose to not perform return calls or provide a check, I need an exact date on when you will either return my money or provide me with the title to the coach you purchased in Arizona and requested receipts. I will not go out empty-handed or carry the horrible feeling of robbed at Trust and Mouth Point. See Exhibit J. Okay, girl. Exhibit J. All right, let me flip. Hold on. Okay, this is a girl. She had a nice Mercedes too. Okay. Oh, look how she has him saved in her phone. Exhibit I. She has him saved in her phone. Look at that, y'all. Ernesto, Buckhead scammer. Sis, that's bad. Okay. Exhibit I, Miss Bickham stated to the defendant, since you choose. Okay. So she sent pictures of, I guess, her car or a car, colors I selected. Good morning. What is your schedule today? He says. Okay. Do you know if you're getting your car today? So if so, let me know. I need for you to drop that car off at Butler Tire in Buckhead, and I will pick you up. That's if you're getting your car today. The car has not yet arrived. I will need a car if you would like this one dropped off. Okay, so colors selected. He says, what good morning. So I wonder if he was trying to run that game like, I'll sell your car. Just go get that other car that you're going to go get. Good morning. What is your schedule? Greetings. I'm open. Okay. Do you know if you're getting the car today? If so, I need you to drop it off at Butler Tire in Buckhead, and I will pick you up. The car has not arrived yet. We'll need a car if you would like this one dropped off. It's okay. I'll make apartment for to be done later. This is Nesto. Oh, it's okay. I'll make apartment. Maybe he meant to say appointment for to be done later today or tomorrow for the nail in the tire. Greetings. Good Friday to you. Have an amazingly productive and fruitful day. I don't know why she's being nice to this dude. Maybe it turns ugly later. Are you able to meet with me tomorrow at 7:30 or 8 o'clock? Please call Gail. Thank you. I will need the check tomorrow. Would be nice to see you today. Checking on the time to meet today. And then this is messages to the Buckhead scammer. Um Happy Wednesday. Today is a magnificent day, and all that is good in ours is to be had. Please let me know when you are available. Thanks. If I don't hear from you today, I will choose to believe that all of your actions over your words. Have a great day. October 27th. So when was that? Damn. So he hasn't called back. Respectfully speaking, it's after 5 p.m. You indicated you would call back. You indicated you have a check for me days, weeks, months ago, and I still have nothing in return from you. Since you choose to not perform return calls, provide a check, I need an exact date on when you either return my money or provide me with the title to the coach you purchased in Arizona and requested receipts. This is all you, not me. I will not go empty handed or carry the horrible feeling that of robbed at Trust and Mouth Point. There is no robbery in fair exchange. You have no fair exchange for anything. You only can resolve this matter. Best we handle it between the two of us on standby. The problem is not going to magically disappear. Since you refuse to talk to me about my, you have, perhaps it's best to talk to someone you will listen to. This is all you, not me. I will not go out empty handed. Okay, we read that. Okay. Is this the note he sent her? Ooh, Jesus. This is the note he sends her, guys. You don't have to know. Today's scripture: the Lord will work out his plans for my life, for your faithful love. Oh Lord, endures forever. I know she must have been thinking just reading the first couple words. I don't have any problem with the word of God, but I'm asking you about my money. Okay. This is what he sends. When Moses, let me see if you guys are here. Are y'all here? Are y'all here? Okay. Can you believe this? He sent her, he's trying to make her go bananas on him. Okay. Let me drop my banner. Okay. This is what he says. When Moses led 2 million Israelites out of slavery into the desert and towards the promised land, I can imagine them asking him, "What route are you going to take? Where are we going to get food and water? How will we protect ourselves?" Moses answered, "I do not know." Just because you don't know how something is going to work out doesn't mean God doesn't have a plan. Moses had such a trust in God that he was comfortable not knowing. He took it one step of faith at a time. When we're trying to figure everything out and manipulate a situation, we're being God. Let me tell you something. If you don't give me my money, it's very freeing when you learn this principle that it's okay to say, as Moses did, "I don't know how it's going to work out, but I am at peace." Ooh, can you believe this? You're taking yourself off of the throne and putting God on the throne. You're taking yourself off the throne and putting God on the throne. Take the pressure off. You don't have to know. God knows. He will work out his plan and get you to where you're supposed to be. Prayer for the day. Father, thank you that what lies ahead and is unknown to me is well known to you. I choose to rely on your strength and your word to guide me step by step, and trust that you will go before me with your plan and get me to where I'm supposed to be. In Jesus' name, amen. And this is what she said. Just seeing this, prayer is good. However, I don't recall Moses breaking commitments. Girl, baby. Okay. That was exhibit J, y'all. Um, that was exhibit J. Text messages on October 28th, Miss Bickham stated, the defendant, since you refused to talk to me about my, you have, perhaps it's best to talk to someone you will listen to. On December 28th, Miss Bickham stated to the defendant, I want my money back. If you don't wish to handle this with me, then perhaps you will be willing to address it with someone else on my behalf. See Exhibit K. Let's go. Are you guys seeing this? Girl, what's killing me is that she's calling him the Buckhead scammer. The gravity of your own golden rule, I am certain you are not prepared. You can call or not call. You can make it right or make it or not make it right. No matter what, when the year ends, the tipping point begins. You can trust yourself and keep doing what you're doing, or trust God and you do what you know you should. In this situation, the two are not the same. He says to her, keep in mind, we were reading messages in October, right? Now it's December. This is Christmas Day. Good morning, Merry Christmas. Tell someone I really truly have faith in. One day you will understand the position and power you have. Only God can show you the path of your greatness. No man, a woman can do that for you. So I speak only positive for the people I care about, and I care about you. Thank you for being in my life. What? He's a nut. Good morning and Merry Christmas. Tell someone I really truly have faith in. One day you will understand the position and power you have. Only God can show you the path of your greatness. No man, a woman can do that for you. So I speak only positive for the people I care about, and I care about you. Thank you for being in my life. He's a nut job. Uh Title, paperwork, or nothing. Which is it? I am clear on who and whose I am and the power vested in me. But all of that does not mean walk away from $250,000 in cash and assets. May God bless you both with every desire of goodness in our minds and hearts. This is my prayer for protection. Without a response of 1 and 3. I don't understand what these two got going on. I want my money back is what she says. Is this still Tuesday? Is this still December 25th? This is December 28th. I want my money back. If you do not wish to handle this with me, then perhaps you will be willing to address it with someone else on my behalf. Okay. For a contract including an oral contract to be valid, it must have three essential elements of an enforceable agreement: an offer, an acceptance of that offer, and a consideration. When it becomes when it comes to everything you did not do, all of the above has been established, or it's theft by taking. You choose. What does it mean? This is Atlanta, and this is what scammers do. Your profile is that of a scammer. You stole money and property from it's called theft by taking. It's a form of fraud as you established oral agreements and refused to perform. You believe you will get away with stealing from me and possibly a multitude of others. You won't. Okay, you won't. All right. Good afternoon. Just checking back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. I see all the texts you sent me. Wow. I never knew you felt that way. It's okay. I forgive you. God has a plan for everybody in the world. Make sure you stop looking at so much TV. That is a negative energy. Have a great day. I won't be texting you anymore, and you can call me with until you can call me with positive energy. I'm not taking any more negativity in my life. Believe it. If Nesto wonders why he's been sitting in jail, this is some of that reason. Okay. She said, you won't. And then he says, good afternoon. I'm just getting back. Oh, okay. I guess he double. This is that same message right here. Okay. Thanks. Only the truth sets us free. Facts and numbers don't lie. $250,000 from me, $250,000 for you with absolutely no results. A businessman makes things right. A business scam does not. You created the reality, not me. Happy New Year's, and may the truth set you free. Good afternoon. I tried to call you several times, but I think you're going fucking crazy. So don't fucking text me anymore. Ooh, now he's getting mad. Good afternoon. I tried to call you several times, but I think you're going fucking crazy. So don't fucking text me anymore. If you got some to say to me, call me. Don't threaten me or assume anything anymore, because I know the fucking truth. And if you want to play the games, come on with it. And I'm ready for the real. I don't run from anyone, and I don't do anything to anybody. So stop with the bullshit. Like I said, if you're ready to play the game, let's go. I promise you, I'm ready. Y'all. Well, and I don't blame her. $250,000. Give me my money. Run me my money, please. Okay. All right. Let's go back. This is Exhibit L. Let's get back to the text. Okay. Um. So basically, December 28th. We're here, right? Okay. Are we back? Let me. Okay. On December. Let me get back to my places. Okay. On December 28th, Ms. Bickham stated to defendant, I want my money back. If you don't wish to handle this with me, then perhaps you'll be willing to address it with someone else on my behalf. Exhibit K, Ms. Bickham stated to the defendant, your profile is a scammer. You stole my money and my property. It's called theft by taking. It's a form of fraud as you established in your oral agreements and refuse to perform. You believe you will get away with stealing from me and possibly a multitude of others. You won't. Based on Ms. Bickham's voluntary interviews with the police and the state, the large amount of documents she provided to the police and the state, and many text messages sent by her to the defendant indicating she would pursue legal remedies, Ms. Bickham's cooperation with the prosecution is clearly voluntary, and there is no direct casual connection between any illegal police conduct and Ms. Bickham's willingness to participate in the prosecution and testify. Moreover, the defendant's accomplice and co-defendant, Erica King, agreed to cooperate with the state in exchange for leniency in sentencing. As part of that cooperation, Ms. Kang, it was required to proffer information to Roswell Police Department as part of its ongoing investigation of relevance to Miss Bickham. Miss King was interviewed several times and stated that the defendant has taken money from Miss Bickham for the purchase of a G-Wagon. During an interview on April 11th, 2023, the following exchange took place. Baby, why so many buses? What women have you met along the way? That's what Detective Fields. The bus, that particular bus, that was an older bus. And I knew that someone wanted to buy that bus, and the defendant wanted $15,000. When he came back from California, he got a new bus. He told me he had a woman who bought the bus for cash, Gail Bickham, $250,000 she gave him, and he bought the bus with the money. She apologized for not believing in him, but they had something going on. Later in the same interview, the following exchange took place. Detective Fields, how do you think he got the G-Wagon for Shirley for her birthday? I think he took the money from Gail. He just told me he had gotten the money from her, but I don't know what form the money was in. In subsequent interview on April 20th, 23, the following exchange took place. Detective Fields, what happened to Gail's Mercedes? Miss King, I don't know. He said Gail had a G-Wagon. To my knowledge, she was working with him. He drove most places in the bus. So on the trip to Arizona, it was my understanding that they were all traveling on the bus, they being all the girls. I never met Gail. Everything I know about Gail is from Nesto. She was giving him money because she felt bad about not believing in him before. Though the police were aware of Miss Bickham prior to Miss King's interview, they had been aware of her. They would have learned about Miss Bickham through Miss King's cooperation. Miss King specifically stated multiple times that Miss Bickham had given the defendant large sums of money and indicated the defendant had purchased a G-Wagon using money taken from Miss Bickham. Based on those statements alone, police inevitably would have contacted Miss Bickham and discovered her status as a victim. As set forth, nothing related to Miss Bickham is subject to suppression. All evidence related to Miss Bickham either was known or reported prior to the seizure of the F-Ford 350 would have inevitably been discovered from the source independent of the Ford F-350 or sufficiently attenuated such that any taint is cured. What time is it? 6:17. Guys, give me just a second to take give me like a 2-minute break. I need to go and put my little casserole in the oven. Okay, I know we have 555. Everybody tap in. If you're not subscribed here, go ahead and subscribe, set your notifications, do all the things for me. Give me just a second. Give me like a 90-second break for just a minute. And let me do this real quick.
But me, I just dogged down all the way around. Nastiness, though. I'm telling folks, man, I ain't did nothing with these folks, man. Hold on, no.
What's your name, Miss Sullivan? What's your name, Miss Sullivan? You know what? You know what?
What?
It's funny that you said that. You just brought back some memories. So when you said that, when I told you, I think on a couple phone calls back. Remember I told you, I said, you know what they call you right here? Yeah, you say what? And I said they call you nasty nestos, right? However I said it. So yeah. They don't took my voice.
I can speak to that. As to 23 CP 215407 at our last hearing, the state did move to null process or to decline that particular case. We will just revive that case in an indictment.
What's your name, Miss Sullivan?
They call me Nasty Nesto or some
What's your name, Miss Sullivan?
They call me Nasty Nesto or some shit I ain't do.
You know what?
Okay, I'm back. Y'all, how long have we been going? Girl, we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to where I was. Am I still in here? Okay. You just can't see me. Okay. Okay. All right. If anyone's supered or anything like that, I'm sorry I missed y'all. Nosy 146, thank you for gifting. Thank you for gifting Be the Light. Member for 5 months, VIP lady, period. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Will Wooten be like Exhibit Z1A. Okay. Very organized, highly organized, and very detailed. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate y'all supporting. Okay. It's believed that they are running a set. Well, when she said all the girls, you read that? You heard that part? When he was on the bus with the girls. Okay. Who's the girls? Who's the girls? The Nestos. Okay. Was he transporting a dance troupe to Vegas? Like, what's going on here? Right. Okay. Interesting, right? We're just reading. We're like we're just reading, literally, right? We are just reading. Okay. Y'all, there they are. Look at those two in the Zoom meeting. We're getting there. We are slowly, y'all, we are on page freaking 12, but we're getting there. Okay. The document's 29 pages, so we'll make it. It's all of the exhibits, baby. The exhibits are it's epic exhibits. Okay, let's keep going. I've got the casserole in the oven. This is our little intermission. Go get your water, get your Pepsi, make a smoothie. Girl, put the rice on. Girl, handle that business. Okay. I'm gonna need an ice cold water in a minute because this one is almost finished. I'm gonna need a nice cold one in a minute. Okay. And that's water. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. We got to finish. We've got to finish. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. We gonna get through. We gonna make it. Okay. All right. I feel like I should put it back like this because this works when I flip screens because I have the exhibits, I have the document that we're currently reading, and I have Sean's old document. So I've got 3 PDFs up, and then I'm also trying to manage the StreamYard board and the YouTube. So really and truly, I'm kind of looking at 5 different things. So you guys talk to each other. If I'm, you know what I mean? Just you guys talk to each other. All right. Okay. We are on victim Olivia Washington, guys. The defendant appears to assert that certain evidence and testimony related to Olivia Washington should be suppressed. And I guess he's going to say the same thing over again. If the court determines that the F Ford 350 was unlawfully seized, defendant suppression brief at 3, the defendant does not identify. So basically what they keep saying over and over again, when Sean filed this brief, he basically lists the alleged victims and he lists particular evidence, but he doesn't in detail support, like, is it specifically that piece of evidence or is it everything associated around that piece of evidence, which is what they're going to say. Okay. So, because this is what he said about the last 3 victims. The defendant appears to assert that certain evidence and testimony related to Olivia Washington should be suppressed. If the court determines that the F Ford 350 was unlawfully seized, defendant suppression document at 3, the defendant does not identify what evidence or testimony should be suppressed, but instead merely states that Miss Washington was interviewed by Roswell Police Department on August 27, 2022, nearly 2 months after the search of the Ford F-350 regarding the 2021 Harley-Davidson FLT RXS motorcycle the defendant stole from the defendant's motion fail to articulate in writing. Thank you, Denise Marie. I see you. I appreciate you supporting, hun. It looks like Tiffany Henyard in this picture. She looks like Tiffany Henyard in this picture. Tiffany Henyard. Oh, the super mayor. Hold on. Look, we already said it yesterday. Erica Kang is a shapeshifter. Sis has a uncanny ability to be able to change her appearance. Yes, I concur with you, Janetta. Thank you for that shout out to the super mayor of Thornton Township and the other place. What is it called? Dalton Village. Baby, Dalton Village and Thornton Township, stand up, okay? Erica Kang looks like your super mayor, okay? She could never. Oh, Sonia could never? Okay. Y'all, let me focus. Y'all talk to each other. I'm going to stay out y'all's business or else we're going to be here till damn midnight, okay? And that will not do, okay? Let's see. The defendant's motion fails to articulate in writing specific facts connecting to the interview of Miss Washington to search the Ford F-350 as required in the statute. I'm trying not to look at the city girl mayor. I'm trying to not look and laugh. So I'm trying to woosah at this moment so I don't start giggling. To the extent the defendant may argue the evidence and testimony related to Miss Washington is derived from the search warrant executed at 980 Pine Grove Road, and that said search warrant relied on evidence obtained from the Ford F-350. His argument fails again, both legally and factually. Legally, for the reasons set forth fully in Section 7 below. The defendant lacks standing to challenge the 980 Pine Grove Road search because the resident was procured by fraud. And in any case, the warrant for 980 Pine Grove Road did not rely on any evidence located in the F-350. Knuckle? Okay, excuse me. Factually, Miss Washington was not interviewed because of any evidence located from the Ford F-350, but instead because she independently reported her motorcycle stolen to Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, which prompted Roswell Police Department officers to contact her. As such, nothing related to Miss Washington is subject to suppression. Period. Okay. Miss Washington purchased a 2021 Harley Davidson FLT RXS motorcycle May 6, 2021. See Exhibit L. Period. Exhibit L. There we go. Boom. Okay. Olivia Mouzon, Washington. Okay. An Eagle Mark Savings Bank. Okay. We see. Okay. Okay. Sis purchased that. Okay. Sis purchased that. Okay. She has her bills of sale. Okay. Very good. Thank you. All right. Let's go back here. Oh, did we notice anything? Okay, let me go back. Does it have her name? It does have her name because I read it, right? It has her name on her paperwork. So it is, yes, she is listed as the owner. Okay, just a second, dear. Just a moment. Okay. Farrah's like, Mom, did you forget about the oven? I'm like, no, Mom, M stands for multitask, okay? I didn't get this title for nothing, okay? I know how to handle the business of this house. Farrah's like, Mom, did you forget the stove is on? Okay. All right, we just looked at Exhibit L, and now we're back on our reading. Okay. Miss Washington purchased her 2021 Harley Davidson motorcycle May of 2021. See Exhibit L. We did. Tag, title, bill of sale, August 26th. Miss Washington called the police to report to the defendant had stolen her motorcycle. See Exhibit M. Okay. Exhibit M. Oh, police report. And what's the date on it? Last known was May 4th. Date time reported. So she reported in August of 22. Is there on 8/26/22 I took a report of theft by conversion. Okay. This is what the report says. He's probably going to copy and paste this over, but we'll read it here. On August 26, 2022, I took a report for theft by conversion at blank. I spoke with Olivia Washington. Olivia stated that 5/4/22 she was moving out of her house at the above address. Her friend of hers, Ernesto Williams, was helping her out. He allowed her to use an ambulance of his with tag blankety blank for an undetermined length of time. In exchange, Olivia let Ernesto use her Harley Davidson motorcycle tag blankety blank for an undetermined amount of time. Since then, Olivia stated communication stopped with Ernesto. She tried calling him and the number she had for him was disconnected. She does not know where he lives or works. Olivia stated that he left her with the ambulance with expired tag and no insurance, and she wants her motorcycle back. I requested that Olivia send me an email statement and a photo of her motorcycle, and will add it to the report attached folder when I received it. Olivia said that she knew Ernesto sometimes drove a Ford truck tag blankety blank. I attempted to contact the registered owner of the vehicle, Shirley Strawberry, but there was no answer. Shirley don't pick up her phone for strangers. Olivia said that Shirley was Ernesto's wife. Nothing further. Keep your legs closed to married men. I don't know if that's the case or not. Leave these married ass scammers alone. Okay. Furthermore, I was assigned this case on 8/29/22. I called a victim, Olivia Washington, to discuss a case, and she stated that she met Ernest Williams in October 21 while delivering food with Uber Eats. Interesting. She stated he held the door open for her and she struck up a conversation with him. She stated they became friends after that, but they never were involved in any kind of romantic relationship. Very good. Very good. Because that it could have been worse. She stated that she met his wife, Shirley, as well. Olivia told me that Ernest helped her out in April 2022 when he purchased an ambulance that he gave to her after she was in a bad domestic violence situation. She stated that Ernest went with her when she went to buy a Harley Davidson motorcycle, as she had never ridden a two-wheeler and only experienced three-wheeler motorcycles. He borrowed her bike initially, and she stated when she asked him to bring it back, he was very apprehensive about it, but brought it back. She stated that he borrowed the motorcycle again and still has not brought it back. She stated that she allowed him to borrow the motorcycle and they did not discuss how long or when he needed to bring it back. She stated that at this time, she wasn't able to get in contact with him. Olivia stated she received a call on Saturday from a woman officer who told her Ernest was in jail in Fulton County. She provided me with a number. Olivia stated she lived at the above address when she loaned Ernest her motorcycle, but currently is living in her ambulance in Snellville, Gwinnett County. Girl, she's living in her mobile tiny house. Okay. While speaking with Olivia, I attempted to locate more information on Ernest, but clear, but did not find accurate information on him. There were multiple names that matched and were similar to it across the country. Thank you to whoever cash at me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. I called the number given to me by Olivia and spoke with Officer N. Fields with the Roswell shit. Okay. I called the number given to me by Olivia and spoke with Officer N. Fields with the Roswell Police Department. She advised that Ernest Williams is currently in jail in Fulton County on her warrants and that he was part of an active investigation in multiple jurisdictions as he and blank were con artists and have been conning people out of money and property. She stated that she was Olivia's that she stated that she has Olivia's motorcycle impounded at the time and has had it since July. It was impounded during the search warrant. Roswell PD case number 220600551. I called Olivia back and advised her that Officer Fields would be handling the case and that the event in our jurisdiction would be a civil case. I called Olivia back and advised her that Officer Fields would be handling the case and that the event in our jurisdiction would be a civil case. I told her to reach out to Officer Fields about her motorcycle being released back to her. I advised her I will forward her a copy to the Forsyth County report. I advised her, listen, where am I? I called Olivia back and advised her that Officer Fields would be handling the case and that the event in our jurisdiction would be civil. So this is the Forsyth County police report. Okay. He told her to call Roswell because Roswell was going to see it probably as a crime, as a theft by conversion versus or whatever. But in Forsyth, it would be civil. Like Sonia says, it's civil. Okay. Okay. For what, like, okay. Sonia, you feel good now? Because Forsyth County said it was civil. Okay. All All right, let's set up for Exhibit N. All right, let's get back. Ms. Washington purchased the vehicle May 6th. Exhibit L, we saw that. Exhibit M, she stated that on May 4th, she agreed to let the defendant use her motorcycle. We saw that. Washington then attempted to get her motorcycle back. The defendant from the defendant because the ambulance had expired tags and no insurance and therefore undrivable, but she was unable to contact or locate the defendant as disclosed in the body-worn camera footage provided to the defendant in discovery. Natalie Fields called Miss Washington on August 27th, the day after Miss Washington made the report to Forsyth County. In that footage, Detective Fields explained she was contacting Miss Washington because Harley Davidson had contacted her after the motorcycle was reported stolen. Miss Washington stated that she also sent a demand letter to the defendant's last known address. See Exhibit N, Roswell Police Department excerpt. So she sent a demand letter. Okay. As set forth above, nothing related. Hold on a second. As set forth above, nothing related to Miss Washington is subject to suppression. All evidence related to Miss Washington either is known or was reported prior to the seizure of the Ford F-350. I'm going to read the exhibit. Would have inevitably been discovered from the source independent of the F-350. Okay. Let's read. This is Olivia's phone interview. Okay, guys. On August 27th, 2022, I spoke with Olivia Washington in regards to her 2021 Harley Davidson, which was seized during a search warrant 030256. Washington had reported the bike stolen in Chamblee. Oh, Jesus. Yo, let me put this on focus. Okay. Washington had reported the bike was stolen in Chamblee and stated to Washington that I had her bike at the Roswell Police Department. Washington stated that Williams said he wanted to borrow her bike on May 4th, 2022 to save on gas, but never returned it. This man. Washington stated she had been trying to call him, but he was not responding. He was not responding because he was incarcerated. Washington stated that she had sent a demand letter to his last known address. I asked Washington how she met Williams, and she stated that she met him at Starbucks, that damn Starbucks, okay? That she met him at Starbucks in October 2. That's where he met Scretchen. She was working in Uber Eats and he opened the door for her. Williams started having a conversation with her and they exchanged phone numbers. Just friends, no relationship. Washington was in a living situation and Williams let her live in one of his ambulances. Washington was trying to get in touch with him as the tag had expired. I asked Washington what Williams wanted to speak with her about, and she stated that he wanted to understand what she did as he could make her more money. Williams offered Washington to work for him as at his security company, but Washington said no. Washington said she was working in security for other people as well as driving school buses. I asked Washington how she was paying for the bike, and she stated that she was paying the monthly payments as well as insurance. Washington stated that he did help her with the $4,500 down payment, but she was paying him back. I asked Washington if she knew of Regina Delaney, and she stated that Williams told her she was incarcerated and had kids. Washington, my God. Washington asked if Delaney's bike was black, and I said yes. She stated that she had seen the bike on his truck. Washington also told me that Delaney had a Can-Am that she had crashed. Washington stated that Williams had Washington drive the F-350 with the black bike over to Williams' home. Washington stated Williams had multiple vehicles according to Washington. Washington stated Williams had multiple vehicles according to Washington, a lot of police type cars. Washington said Williams asked Washington for her social security number and driver's license number in May 6, 2022 because he was going to get her trailer for her bike. Washington also stated that Williams would ask her to Zelle money to the girls and was never reimbursed. Who are the girls? Who's the girls? That's what I want to know about. Who's the girls? Washington also helping Williams with moving cars and met the girls, but she believed Williams was just her friend. Washington did file a police report with Chamblee at first, but then later went to Forsyth and filed a report. Okay. Baby. I wonder if Roberto's like, look, I didn't ask for all this. Okay. All right. Victim Regina Delaney. Okay. The defendant appears to assert that certain evidence and testimony related to victim Regina Delaney should be suppressed if the court determines that the F-350 was unlawfully seized. Defendant brief at 3, the defendant does not identify what evidence or testimony should be suppressed, but instead merely states that Regina Delaney interviewed twice by Roswell Police Department regarding the 2020 Harley Davidson motorcycle defendant stole from her. The interviews occurred September 15th, 2022 and September 16th, more than 2 months after the search of the Ford F-350. The defendant also omits pertinent facts in an attempt to discredit Ms. Delaney. The defendant fails to articulate any facts connecting to the interviews with Ms. Delaney to the seizure of the F-350, to the extent that the defendant may argue the evidence and testimony related to Ms. Delaney was derived from the search warrant executed at 980 Pine Grove Road, and that said search warrant relied on evidence obtained from the F-350. His argument fails as a matter of law. First, for the reasons set forth more fully in section 7 below, the defendant lacks standing to challenge the 980 Pine Grove search because the residence was procured by fraud. In any case, the search warrant for 980 Pine Grove Road did not rely on any evidence located in the Ford F-350. Second, investigation into the crimes committed against Ms. Washington by the defendant had been actively pursued prior to the seizure of the Ford F-350, and the evidence obtained by Roswell Police Department either already had been obtained by law enforcement or would have inevitably been discovered as a result of this investigation. As such, nothing related to Ms. Delaney is subject to suppression. Ms. Delaney purchased a 2021 Big Tex TL trailer August 4th, 2020. Vehicle title, tag information, bill of sale in Exhibit O. Okay. And it's got her name on it. It's got her name on it. Okay. All right. Exhibit O. Then I guess we're looking at the bill of sale. That's Exhibit P. Exhibit P, everything has her name. Okay. Exhibit Q. Exhibit Q, Miss Delaney told the police that the defendant called her on November 7th while she was in the hospital. Is this the Sandy Springs Police Report, baby? This is the Sandy Springs Police Report, Exhibit Q, okay? Defendant called her. Am I seeing this? Okay. All right. Sandy Springs Police Department, Miss Delaney told the police that the defendant called her on November 7th while she was in the hospital after a car accident and falsely stated that her apartment leasing company contacted him and told him to remove the motorcycle and trailer from the parking lot. She permitted him to do so, but later found out it was a lie. Miss Delaney made multiple attempts to get her motorcycle and her trailer back from the defendant, but he stated that he would not give them back to her unless she paid him $20,000. After Miss Delaney initial police report was filed, SSPD Detective Isaiah Tomlin was assigned to investigate the case. During the course of the investigation, Detective Tomlin advised that Miss Delaney would need to send the demand letter to the defendant instructing him to return the motorcycle and the trailer in order to designate them as stolen, which she did on March 19th, 2021. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. This is the police report she filed with Sandy Springs. Sandy Springs, I'm going to just high level read this. Regina advised the Harley Davidson motorcycle was taken on November 7th while she was in the hospital. She then advised that the motorcycle was on the trailer with a lock and a hitch off of the trailer. Regina then advised that it was taken by a salon business partner, a friend by the name of Ernesto, who was 5'10", black male, and lived on blankety blank. Regina advised that Ernesto called her on 11/7/20 while she was in the hospital, claiming her leasing office called him to remove the trailer with the motorcycle on it because it was taking up too much space. She was not able to give the exact hour it occurred. Regina advised that she tried to get the motorcycle and trailer back from him on February 25th, but he refused. Regina then advised that on March 12th, he showed up to her apartment with the motorcycle and trailer, which was the last time she physically saw her belongings, and told her that she could only have the motorcycle and trailer if she paid him $20,000. How you gonna take my stuff and then bring it back to my house and park it in front and tell me I got to give you $20,000? What kind of mess is that? Regina advised that she refused, and he drove off with her trailer and motorcycle. I was not able to identify Ernesto Williams through GCIC. I also tried to contact the number provided for Ernesto and was unable to make contact. Regina was given a case number and a victim's right card. Due to not being able to confirm or receive a statement from the suspect, no warrant was issued for Ernesto because they probably had the wrong name. The motorcycle and trailer was not placed on GCIC because his date of birth was in question. He was running around with like 6-7 different date of births. Okay. Date of births. Can you believe this, guys? Thank you. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Kenya Mayada. I appreciate it. Thank you, Denise. You always bring the tea. Oh, thank you, Denise. Thank you, boo-boo. Minding my business. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who's here. Y'all, this is a lot. This is a lot of reading. Y'all, we taking it back. We taking it back to OG story time. Okay. All right. Let me go back and finish now. Okay. Where are we? We are at, hold on. So are we seeing, okay. You guys are seeing exhibits. Jesus. Okay. Which exhibit is this? Is this still my Lord? Okay. Q. Is this exhibit Q still? Okay. Baby. I might have to sit back down for this one. I stood up. Okay. Okay. Let's go. My Lord. Y'all. Oh my goodness. Let me get back in my seat. Okay. Okay, these are the police reports. Okay. Here we go. Y'all ready? Okay. On 3/16/21, I contacted the manager at the Arabelle Perimeter Apartments, which is located at. The manager advised that the complex had only ever had one vehicle towed from the location, and that they typically never make those type of calls. When they do, they use a company A Towing, which is the same company used by the police department. The manager knew who Delaney was and added that she had presented false information on her rental paperwork. Baby damn. Okay. And that she had been renting an apartment under the name of Crystal Flowers. Y'all, wait a second. I just got to come to the chat for a second. Is what is going on with the scams? What's going on with the scams? Nesto just confessed. Y'all, this is a mess. So Regina Delaney, baby, they're kind of saying you're a scammer too, boo-boo. Okay. Y'all, I got to get a piece of little candy in my mouth. This has been 2 hours of talking. Okay. They said she rented the apartment under false pretenses. Okay. All right. The manager knew who Regina Delaney was and added that she had presented false information on her rental paperwork. She had been renting the apartment under the name Crystal Flowers. From the conversation, I understood that the property had Delaney evicted for using a fraudulent name. I reviewed the body camera footage from Officer Laura from when she went with Delaney to make the initial report. In the video, Delaney claimed that the suspect brought the motorcycle back to her on the trailer, but wanted $20,000 before he would give it back. Delaney claimed that he then drove away from the area. I attempted to make contact with Delaney, but she did not answer and left a voice message requesting a call back. I requested assistance with reviewing traffic cameras in the area of Peachtree, Dunwoody Road, and Hammond Drive. Sandy Springs Police Department GIS analyst Bryant stated that she reviewed the cameras at the nearby intersections and never saw a truck with the motorcycle on the trailer come through the area between 1900 and 2000 hours. I later made a copy of the footage from these cameras for a similar time period and added them to the case file. I think this is the one who ended up, like, they basically said that this was a false police report, but I'm not sure. We'll see. I guess there is a motorcycle, but there's more to the story. On 3/18/21, I made contact with Delaney. Delaney began by explaining that she had originally purchased a Can-Am Ryker and a Harley Davidson at the same time. On August 2nd, 2020, Delaney stated that she had a bad accident on the Ryker and caused her to be hospitalized. I saw the report of this using law enforcement database and saw that the report of the accident made on 8/9/2020. Delaney stated that this occurred on August 8th. After the wreck, Delaney stated that she was in a wheelchair and was not completely mobile for some time. In November 2020, she had been contacted by her leasing office and was informed that they needed her to move her trailer and motorcycle to a different part of the parking deck due to it being in the way of other traffic inside of the parking deck. Delaney stated that she texted Williams on November 7th, 2020 and mentioned it to him and that she would like him to move her trailer for her, but he would not be able to do it on the day that she requested. Williams contacted her later on that week while she was at Grady Hospital and said that a member of the maintenance crew at the apartment complex had asked him to come and remove the trailer. Williams informed Delaney that he had transported the trailer to his own home. Delaney then asked Williams to bring the trailer back to her residence, but he did not, and an argument ensued. Delaney continued to contact Williams about the motorcycle and the trailer, but around the end of November, he told her that she could come pick up the motorcycle and trailer from his home. Delaney arranged for a tow truck to go to the location to pick up the items, but they were not there. She confronted Williams about the issue yet again. Delaney continued to contact Williams throughout December, and she reported that he told her that he wanted to keep the motorcycle for a while because he made a down payment along with her and when it was originally purchased, and that he wanted to keep it until he had his money's worth from it. Can you believe that? Delaney continued to contact Williams throughout January, but he stopped replying to her during that period. In February of 2021, Delaney stated that Williams had moved forward with the salon business, and she advised that they were going to start together. She confronted him about an issue. Can you grab me 2 waters, please? Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Okay. I'll just get me some waters. I'll come tend to it in a minute. He does. He scammed a lot of people. I don't know if that's in this report though. Okay. I cannot talk and eat this piece of candy at the same time, so let me stop. I just need 2 waters. Okay. Y'all, I had to take a sip of water. Okay. Delaney continued to attempt to make thank you, dear. I'll take all 3. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you, boo-boo. All right. I appreciate it, babe. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. I don't know where I was. Delaney stated that she had began. Oh, okay. On February 21st, Delaney stated that she had moved forward with the salon business. He advised they were going to start together, and she confronted him about the issue. Delaney also spoke with him about returning the $10,000 that she had given him in order to start the business. Delaney continued to attempt to make contact with Williams through multiple means. Delaney stated that she had began threatening Williams with reporting the motorcycles as stolen in December. She hoped that this would eventually cause him to bring the motorcycles and the trailer back. Delaney reported that on March 12, 2021, Williams came to meet her at her apartment complex and that he had the motorcycle and trailer attached to the rear of his white dually truck. Delaney was not sure of the type of truck, but she thought it might be a newer Ford, possibly a 2018. Williams then demanded that she give him $20,000 and he would return the motorcycle and the trailer. Delaney reported that he then drove away with the trailer and the motorcycle still attached to his truck. He just took off. Delaney reported that it was around 1900 and 1930 on the date that he came by. Delaney said that she spoke to the leasing office about the cameras on that date, but they had informed her that they were not working. I asked Delaney for as much information as she could obtain about Ernesto Williams. Delaney described Williams as around being 5'10", 5'11" in height, medium build, about 175 pounds, salt and pepper hair, beard, brown skin, and brown eyes. Delaney report that's like everybody. Delaney reported that he was born on blank and that he lived at blank. Delaney stated that she had phone numbers of and blank and him. Delaney reported that Williams was married to Shirley Strawberry, who is the co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Delaney also reported Williams had a yellow Hummer and that he had an Instagram account of Nesto's Buckhead and that his wife's Instagram was My Girl Shirley. I later located both of these accounts on Instagram. Delaney said that Williams lived in Los Angeles for some time, but she didn't know what state was considered his residence. Delaney also mentioned that she met him due to his ex-wife telling her that he was in Atlanta area and was looking for a salon business partner. I conducted a search on Delaney and ran her name and date of birth through the GCIC system. Delaney stated that she was on the way to the tag office to obtain the VIN for the trailer that was taken. I provided Delaney with the email address to ask her to forward the images of the trailer and any information that she had on Williams. On March 18th, 2021, I researched the phone number of blank and law enforcement database and saw it was serviced by Metro PCS. Remember the Metro PCS girls? And was under the name of Buckhead Nesto. I called the number and the call went straight to voicemail. I did not leave a message. I requested the assistance of intelligence analyst Getz and provided Getz with the information that I had on Williams and was able to discover that most likely identification for Williams and for Strawberry. On March 19th, I began researching Williams further. Is everybody with me? Baby. How many? Okay. We have 660 in the chat, and thank you so much for the 463 likes. If 200 of you would like to hit that like button, that would be so nice. That would be so nice, y'all. I'm like 2 bottles of water in, and Farrah just bought me 3 bottles, y'all. Y'all, I am chug-a-lugging this water. Oh, okay. Okay. This is crazy, right? Y'all, we're still on page 15. All these damn exhibits. This is crazy. Okay. Are we back? Let me see. I just want to make sure we're on the right page. Okay, we're still in the police report. On March 19th, I began researching Williams further. I noticed that he made multiple transactions at pawn shops. How do we know that? Y'all, people, they know everything we do. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. I began researching, maybe because, I don't know, our pawn shop purchases public because they want to make sure it's not stolen merchandise. Maybe that has something to do. Like, do they know when we buy stuff at Amazon? Like, come on. Or Saks Fifth Avenue? I noted that he made multiple transactions at pawn shops, which was most recent being 12521. The phone number listed at the recent from the pawn shop documented on Leads Online stated that he had provided the phone number of blankety blank. I called the number, but no one answered. I left a voice message requesting a call back. I also contacted Delaney again on this date around 1717. Delaney stated that she had tried to send me documentation for the trailer, but it was not sending to my email. I then emailed Delaney and she was able to respond with pictures and documentations for the trailer. Delaney also sent some messages between her and Williams. I asked Delaney about whether or not Delaney had provided any monies for the purchase of the motorcycles. and she insisted that they were bought by her on her credit. Delaney also mentioned that she had been in contact with the dealership where she had purchased the items to make sure that Williams had not tried to sell them back. I began to inform Delaney that she would need to take more steps before the items could be added to the GCIC or NCIC system, and she began questioning why. I notified Delaney that I believe that this step is required due to her telling me the day before that she had arranged for him to come to her apartment complex to move the motorcycles and the trailers to be into a different area of the parking deck. Delaney began saying that she had not said that to me and that she never wanted him to come and move the trailer. I informed Delaney that I would contact her again. I then reviewed my recorded conversation with Delaney from the day before and noted that she had stated to me I had made mention to him that I was going to have him come over and move it for me. But for whatever reason that day, he was going to come I but for whatever reason, the day that he was going to come to move it, he couldn't come move it. I looked at the information that Delaney had provided to me for the trailer. The trailer was a 2021 Big Tex 14TL22BK with VIN number whatever and Georgia license plate. I searched the license plate through the Gentech license plate recognition cameras, and the plate had not been read during the last year. I also did not see any flock license plate camera reads on the motorcycle or the trailer in the past month. With the information, I called Delaney back around 1843 and informed her that she would need to send me Williams' demand letter before the items could be placed on the GCIC NCIC system. On March 22nd, my wedding anniversary, at around 1310, I received an email from Delaney advising that she had sent a demand letter. Pictures of the letter were also provided. The pictures were added to my case. On March 24th, 2021, around 1443, Detective Sutton and I responded to blank at a location. We made contact with Miss Strawberry. Are you kidding me? Ooh, on March 24th, 2021. So this is before his ass even got arrested. At a location, we made contact with Miss Strawberry. I asked her if she was able to speak with Mr. Williams, but she stated that he was not there. Strawberry then called Williams. I asked Strawberry if I could get Williams' phone number from her, but she did not provide it to me. I provided a contact card with my information to Strawberry and stated that if she would have Williams contact me. During my conversation with Strawberry, I asked if Williams drove a white truck. She confirmed that he did. I asked if she knew Regina Delaney, and she stated that she did not. Strawberry stated that she and Williams generally do not discuss any of their business arrangements with each other. Strawberry also confirmed that Williams owned Nesto's in Buckhead and that she said that it was not even open as of this time. Girl. At around 1532, I received a call from Williams using the phone number of blank. Oh, because you done called his wife. Okay. It was a three-way conversation with Williams, and he had his attorney, April Holloway. Baby, let me get a sip of water on this. Oh, God. God. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Girl, this is getting juicy. Girl, this is getting very, very juicy. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Whew. Okay. It was a three-way call with his attorney, Miss April Holloway, on the call as well, and asked Miss Williams. I asked Miss Williams if he knew Regina Delaney, and he confirmed that he did know her. Holloway informed me that Delaney had come to Williams' business a few weeks ago and was harassing him. Holloway stated that she was currently helping Williams obtain a protective order to be served to Delaney. I began asking Williams about what had taken place with Delaney that led us to this current point, and he stated that he had gone with Delaney for her to get her motorcycle for herself and also one for a company that they plan to start together. He then mentioned that she wrecked her motorcycle soon after buying it. Williams claimed speaking about what had taken place in the past and that he mentioned that he attempted to take the motorcycle back to her multiple times. He stated that one of those times was around 3 months ago, but there was no recent occurrences of him attempting to return the motorcycle in the trailer. I asked Williams why he had not been able to return the motorcycle, and he stated that Delaney had promised to give him the money back that he had loaned her to originally buy the motorcycle. He said that she would not meet with him. While talking about the motorcycle, he stated that he is letting the bike sit and has not been on it in about 2 months during the conversation. Williams also stated that he had been making payments for the motorcycle. I also asked about any type of documents or evidence about cooperative effort to purchase the motorcycle in the first place. And Williams and Holloway stated that there were texts and voice calls about buying the motorcycle. There did not appear to be any written agreements or formal contracts. I asked Williams about the business that he was planning to enter with Delaney, and he stated that they were planning to start a business where people would meet, ride motorcycles together, and travel to the mountains together to rent cabins and ride to the mountain. So the business is a motorcycle club. Girl, y'all, this is the business plan. She said a salon. Didn't she say a salon? Williams said that they were going to start like a travel club. He stated that they were planning to start a business where people would meet, ride motorcycles together, and then travel to the mountains together to rent cabins and ride in the mountains. Williams stated that they had never planned to go into any type of salon business. Let me see if you guys are laughing. Y'all, I cannot either. Girl, a motorcycle club, a motorcycle travel club. Okay. Is this not crazy? Girl, it's I feel like we're being punked right now. I'm almost, if this didn't come from Will Wooten, I would be concerned that somebody was trying to punk us, that they're like, you know what? I'm going to fix these bloggers. I'm just going to post some stupid shit and I'm going to make them read all fucking night because they want this shit so bad. I'm going to just post any damn thing. Okay. That's how I feel at the moment. Okay. That's what is giving. All right. My God. Whew. Y'all, we're almost at 3 hours. We're gonna go another hour, I promise you. And then we're gonna have to finish it. And I probably will come here. What's tomorrow? Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow we will start this mother sucker off first thing in the morning and finish this by lunchtime. And I'm gonna take a long nap. Okay. Because this is long. This is real. This is like a lot of information because we're reading like the whole fucking case. Seriously. All right, but we'll see if this might start moving in a minute. But I guess this Regina Delaney stuff is almost like a telenovela. Okay. All right, let me get back to business. I don't even know where I am. Okay. Oh, the motorcycle business. Okay. He said they were never planning to go into any type of salon business. He said that he paid for the first motorcycle using his SunTrust account, and the second motorcycle was the one that she bought. He claimed that he reimbursed her for the money that she paid for the motorcycle out of her account. He claimed that he reimbursed her for the money she paid for the motorcycle out of her account. Okay. Yes. Okay. He says he reimbursed her. I basically asked Williams if he had possession of the Harley and the trailer, and if he was simply waiting for her to return his money before he gave it back to her. Holloway jumped in and stated that she was hoping that the two of them could arrange a reasonable agreement regarding the money and the property. Williams added that he was contacted multiple times by Delaney asking him to come to remove the motorcycle and the trailer from the parking deck due to the leasing office stating that it did not need to be there. Williams and Holloway advised that he had video of these incidents and that there was a time where he had dropped the trailer off at the location and she called him again to come back and pick it back, take it back to his home because the apartment complex was threatening to have it removed. Williams and Holloway ensured that they would provide evidence to me that Williams did not actually steal the motorcycle or the trailer. Holloway advised that she would compile the files and email them to me. I provided Holloway with this city email address. On 4/1/21 at around 14:23, I attempted to make contact with April Holloway as I did not receive any records that she or Williams stated they would provide regarding the conversations with Delaney about the motorcycle and the trailer. Holloway did not answer my phone. And I left a voicemail message requesting a call back. I also attempted to make contact with Williams, but he did not answer the phone. I also was unable to leave a voicemail. I checked the USPS tracking number and saw that a demand letter was delivered to the address on 3/29/2021 at around 1600 hours. I received a call back from Holloway and she advised that she had the information that she needed from Williams and that she would forward the information to me via email before the end of business day. On 4/5/21 at around 13:43 and 13:56 hours, I received 2 emails from Holloway. The emails included Dropbox links for videos and screenshots provided to Holloway from Williams. The information also indicated information regarding Delaney, her criminal history, and a receipt from the demand letter that Williams received. I also received a voice message on this date from Williams requesting that I give him a call back. At around 15:45, I contacted Holloway and spoke with her about the information that she provided me. I compiled all of the files from Holloway and placed them in my case file. I reviewed the files and were given to me by Holloway, which were files provided to her by Williams. In the files, there were pictures and videos and screenshots of and other files. Though in those, there were videos of the motorcycle, the trailer, signage from the Arabella in the background. This appeared to be from the times that Williams stated he attempted to return the motorcycle and the trailer. There was also a screenshot of a text message from Delaney to Williams that stated, "You are now in violation of your verbal contract and you have not given me the $3,000 deposit I requested, and monthly payment has been late each month. I have given you till 4 p.m. to tell me where I can pick up my bike and trailer. This is the last notice." Another message from Delaney to Williams: "Return my items. I am not giving you no money back." You made the payments because you had it in your possession, using it daily. On 4/8/21 at around 1300 hours, I received a call from Delaney. Delaney requested to know why I had not responded to her email from around 1,000 hours. So I guess maybe 10 in the morning or whatever. On 4/8/21, and she asked why I wanted to meet with her instead of continuing to email. Delaney also asked why I had not placed the items on the GCIC system as stolen. I reached a point in the conversation where I asked Delaney about the screenshot that she had provided by that had been provided by Holloway in regards to a verbal contract. Delaney stated that she sent him that message because I stated that if you want to keep the bike, you need to give me the amount of money that I placed down, but he didn't want to give me anything. She said that she did not. What's that? Hold on, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Let me check something. It's like the alarm in the house is doing something weird. What's it doing?
Oh, that's the. So the fire alarm is.
Oh God. What time is it? 7:24. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Where am I? I cannot believe how long. Oh, the police report's almost done. Okay. If you guys had any idea what was going on in my house right now. Okay. So let's see. Another message from Delaney to Williams stated the return my items and I'm not giving you no money back and you made payments because you had it in your possession using it daily. Portia, hush. Y'all, they're like, "Mom, are you done?" So much scamming going on. Um Hold on one second. Let me call my husband because I don't know. The alarm's going off for some reason. We can't figure it out. Did you call Daddy? Oh, he went to go. Okay. 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 Girl, I'm telling you, it's almost like I'm not gonna say I don't know how to work anything around the house, but I almost feel like sometimes I don't know how to work the stuff around the house. But yeah, the alarm's doing something weird. So Farrah's calling her dad. Okay. Where are we? I feel like I lost my place, guys. Okay, here we go. On 4/8/20, like on Portia is anxious because now the alarm's going off. On 4/8/21, around 1300 hours, I received a call from Delaney. Farrah, get Portia, please. You guys are funny. No, I didn't burn the casserole, but I did just turn some fans on. I'm not sure. It's like there's no smoke in the house, but I told Farrah, the dogs are outside. I put some fans on. I put a fan on in the living room. I got the fan on here in the office. So the ceiling fan. I turned off the oven. The casserole is not burned. Oh, the dog is frustrated. I did not burn dinner, guys. Okay, don't worry. I didn't burn dinner. Okay, we're going to finish reading this report, and I cannot imagine anyone finished reading this whole thing in its entirety today. Like this is massive. Whew. Y'all, this is a lot. Butterfly, thank you. Butterfly, thank you so much. I just saw that go by. 14 months of supporting Shaby. Thank you. Dude should be very much ashamed. We have a family member, not that this is even on topic, but we have a family member who's in the hospital. So that was another thing. Like, girl, it's been crazy central here. That's why I don't even it's a lot. So anyway, but we're good. We're very good. And no, I did not burn the casserole, and the house is not burning down or anything like that. I probably just need to get some more air circulating around the house because I don't know. All right, guys, let me try to finish this police report. This police report is really long for a motorcycle. Don't you think that this is it's like, can you guys get to the punchline? I think based on what I'm reading so far, it sounds like Regina was getting nervous that they were going to start to look into her, right? Doesn't it sound like they're starting? Farrah, please don't go too far. Okay, guys. Y'all, I feel like I'm almost at, okay. You guys are not, I have to post a picture of it. Did you lock up? Thank you, dear. I appreciate it. You guys have got to see Lambo in his new coat. I think I told you guys, he looks like he's either in Lord of the Rings, it's giving Game of Thrones, it's giving Winter is Coming. It's giving, his name is Lord Lambo. It's like Lord Lambo, Squire Lambo. Portia's supposed to have one too in purple, but hers hasn't arrived yet. When I tell you, it looks like he has on a cape. It's like a cross between Lord Lambo and like Count Dogula. It's a mess. It's a black faux fur. It's like a black faux fur coat with a green lining on the inside, and it's Velcro around the neck. And Lord Lemmy. It's giving like he's on an episode of The Tudors. Yeah, like the Duke of Earl. It's like he has on a dog cape or something. It's so funny. Anyway, okay. Y'all can't dog you. All right, let me stop, guys. Let me get back serious because somebody's going to be mad that I'm like totally. Portia, hush. Of all the days. Okay. Where are we? I just want to at least finish this Regina Sir Lambo. Okay. You guys are too silly. Just as I start to get back serious, you guys start acting silly again. And then Lambo's running around with somebody's sock. Okay. Pimp Daddy Lambo. Aw. Night King. The Night King is coming. Yes. Y'all, too much. Okay. All right. Let's finish it because I feel like at this point, let's also remember he's talking about April Holloway, but are they realizing that they're talking to a whole phony lawyer? let's not forget, if you're new here, April Holloway is Erica Kang. Okay. Lambar Carlesian. Oh my God. Okay. Lambo Targaryen. Oh my God. When you see Lambo in this coat, it's just too much. Portia. Last week he was wearing like his camo. He has kind of like a camo hoodie and it's so cute. It looks like a college. It's giving college sweater. So cute. Erica King she is the Kaiser Sose of Atlanta. She's got to be. You guys saw the Usual Suspects? She is Kaiser Sose. It's Erica Sose. Okay. All right, let's finish this up because I want to get to the punchline of, have you guys figured out that Nesto's lawyer is a sham, that she's not real? It's like the alarm keeps going off and Portia is like not having. Oh, you know what? I could turn down the volume. You stop acting up too. Okay. Y'all, you see why I like to go live during the morning and the afternoon? Okay, let's finish up. April 4th at around 1300 hours, I received a call from Delaney. Delaney requested to know why I was not responding. Okay, so she's questioning like why he wants her to come in, like basically maybe now for an interview. Delaney stated that she sent an email because I said, if you want to keep the bike. Okay, let's keep going. I think I read that. I read all of this. Okay. Based upon the apparent civil nature regarding the motorcycle and the trailer, the items will not be placed in GCIC NCIC system as stolen. At this point in the investigation, it appears that Delaney has not been truthful in multiple instances. When I first spoke to Delaney, she stated that she had requested that Williams come to her apartment complex to move the motorcycle for her. The second time I spoke with her, she stated that she had never given him permission to do anything with the motorcycle and the trailer. Delaney also advised that Williams brought the motorcycle trailer to her apartment complex on 3/12/21 at around 1900 hours and 1930. A review of the traffic footage for the time period revealed that no trucks fitting the description or vehicle mentioned even pulling the trailer from a motorcycle were seen in the area. During my investigations, Williams stated that he had past business with Delaney and that they had gone in to buy the motorcycles together. Although I did not see any business paperwork, Williams provided screenshots of text messages and also video that led me to believe that they had some type of civil agreement with Williams in regards to the motorcycle. With the above information in mind, this case will be changed to a false representation to police, and I plan to go forward with obtaining criminal charges against Delaney. Ooh, for reporting the theft of the motorcycle and the trailer when in fact she had agreement with Williams regarding both items. Well, on 4/14, I presented the facts and circumstances involved with the investigation to Sandy Springs Municipal Court Judge C. Howard. Judge Howard saw probable cause to issue 2 warrants for Delaney's arrest. The warrants were false statements to police or city department pursuant to Sandy Springs and disorderly conduct pursuant to Sandy Springs Municipal Code. The warrants were entered into GCIC. She wants something into GCIC so bad. Look what happened. The incident will be cleared as warrants obtained. On 4/22 at around 0:56 hours, I received information from GCIC operator Hughes that Delaney had been arrested for the warrant and I obtained for her arrest. This investigation will be updated to being cleared by arrest. 4/21/21 earlier today, I conducted a check at the location, observed both Delaney's vehicles there. I conducted a knock and talk, but received no answer at the door. I returned to the location and positioned my patrol by the front gate where I observed Delaney driving inside the gate. I proceeded to follow behind her where I positioned my patrol car in front of hers before exiting out of it. I approached the driver's side, asking the driver's name, and she identified herself as Delaney. I advised Delaney that she had 2 active warrants for the city of Sandy Spring and requested her to exit the vehicle. I allowed Delaney to give her property to her daughter. Then I placed Delaney in handcuffs behind her back, double locked the finger check, and secured Delaney in the rear of the patrol car, which was checked prior to the start of my shift. My patrol vehicle was equipped with safety barrier, et cetera, et cetera. Is that wow? Golly, that was a lot, y'all. So Delaney and the missing motorcycles. I mean, is that a scam? Was that a fraud? I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit of a toss up. It seemed like they were both trying to con each other. I don't know what was going on there. I'm going to be honest. That is a head scratcher. They're going to have to explain to me. It seems like they fell out over some money, like 2 crackheads, and it was giving some crackheadery. So I don't even know, baby. I'm very much like, okay, what do you guys think? It sounds very crackheadish. They locked her up. They probably cost her a couple of coins and gave her some, don't call us with that bullshit ever again. That's basically what that was giving. Okay. It's civil. That one is, it's civil. Okay. All right. On March 24th, Detective Tomlin received a phone call from defendant, an individual purporting to be April Holloway. So this is, where this comes in. Okay. So as far as the motorcycle's concerned, maybe that's a nothing situation, but this is where this ties into Nesto. Nesto sat there and frauded the Sandy Springs police officer. He sat there and used a fake. If Sonia wants to know who uses a fake attorney, Nesto. So they committed a crime against Sandy Springs while they were trying to investigate this particular situation. He has April Holloway pretending to be a lawyer and submitting documents and all of these things. On March 24th, Tomlin received a phone call from the defendant and an individual purporting herself April Holloway. Unknown to Detective Tomlin, the individual purporting to be April Holloway was actually Erica King, the defendant's accomplice in several related crimes. Ms. King has since pled guilty to conspiracy to commit unauthorized practice of law, filing false statements, identity theft, and making false statements for conspiring with the defendant to assume the identity of an attorney, April Holloway, and several other attorneys. Erica King's final disposition, Detective Tomlin believed that Ms. King's lies and instructed her to provide evidence that did not actually steal the motorcycle or trailer. Ms. King sent a letter to Detective Tomlin on behalf of the defendant using fraudulent law firm letterhead in the name of Goldberg Sutton LLP and using attorney Holloway's identification, including a false and defamatory statements about Ms. Delaney. See Exhibit T. Oh, you know what? We didn't see this because it took us so long to read the damn police report. This is April Holloway's demand letter. Attention, Ernesto. This is to attempt to collect the property. Blase, blase, blase. Return to 2020 Harley Davidson should be returned in 5 days. If the items are not returned, there will be a $100 convenience fee per item until the items are returned to the owner's possession. All court and attorney's fees. Okay. That was that. And then now we're on Exhibit S. It's directing us to Exhibit S. Exhibit S. Oh, these are all the things that Erica pled guilty to. We've gone over this. This has been published. Erica pled guilty. Do they have all the documents? Erica pled guilty to like 17 felonies, you guys. Okay. This is what Erica pled guilty to. This is her whole thing. Okay. They said Exhibit T. This is the fake letter. Sandy Springs Police Department, Detective Tomlinson. So, and then she did represent herself as Goldberg Sutton. April Holloway submitted respectfully or disrespectfully. I'm writing on behalf of Mr. Ernest Williams regarding the dispute between Mr. Williams and Regina. We are appreciative of your persistence in contacting Mr. Williams and make him aware of the accusations made against him by Regina Delaney. Per our conversation on yesterday, my office is sending over information detailing Mr. Williams' 2020 affair. Mr. Williams' 2020 affair, Regina Delaney. I don't understand. My office is sending over information detailing Williams' 2020 affair, Regina Delaney, and sending over this information confidentially regarding the 2020 Harley Davidson. According to Mr. Williams, he and Miss Delaney had a personal relationship with business intertwined. Oh, excuse me. They're making it sound like it's keep your legs close to married men, which was short-lived, leading to their now civil dispute regarding property. On several occasions, Mr. Williams physically returned the motorcycle and trailer to Miss Delaney. He states that Miss Delaney begged him to accept the bike back and urged him to not leave it at her place of residence. Since that time, Mr. Williams has had a motorcycle and trailer in his possession at all his expense. Mr. Williams was wanting the money that he has paid to cover the Harley's monthly payment, expenses, insurance, as well as the upgrades that he has installed to the. Nobody told you to upgrade shit. Once Mr. Williams gave Miss Delaney the demand to return the money, he has sought out Sandy Springs Police to intervene. She's got typographical errors. I mean, people make mistakes and everything, but damn. She has sought out Sandy Springs Police to intervene. Is this dispute between the two parties? Maybe in this dispute with the two parties? On several recent occasions, Miss Delaney has shown up to Mr. Williams' place of business in the Buckhead community, dressed in all black, acting irrational. The criminal record of Miss Regina Delaney is also been brought to Mr. Williams' attention. Mr. Williams is a community businessman and would rather not be friends with someone who has a recent history of criminal activity. The nerve. Can you believe this? This correspondence also includes video and photo evidence that Mr. Williams' account of the matter. If you have any further questions or are in need of any further information, please feel free to contact me via telephone on the fake law firm at Goldman Sutton. And my name is not April Holloway. Okay. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. The letter to Detective Tomlinson between April 5 and April 9, Miss King sent multiple emails to Detective Tomlin on behalf of the defendant using April Holloway's identity that included multiple false statements, including Exhibit U. Wow. Uh, Exhibit U. April Holloway, case manager, Goldberg Sutton. She shared videos from Dropbox. Mm-mm-mm. Please see attached. Miss Delaney is posting messages via Instagram directed at Mr. Williams and his spouse, making inflamed accusations. These messages, she is also tagging major blog and media. Please excuse any typos in my last message. I apologize. I'm rushing out of the office. Girl. Okay. Emails to Detective Talman as a result, the defendant and Ms. King conspiracy to lie to Detective Tomlin. Miss Delaney, a victim of the defendant's crimes, was wrongly charged with making false statements to the police and was wrongly arrested. So they basically took advantage of Regina being a little, I don't want to say naive, but based on what she was trying, I don't know what she was trying to do with Nesto, but whatever she was trying to do with the help of Erica King, they flipped it on her and she ended up getting in trouble instead. Okay. But the conspiracy against Miss Delaney didn't stop there. On January 11th, 2021, prior to making the report with Sandy Springs Police Department, Miss Delaney filed a warrant application against the defendant in Fulton County Magistrate Court for stealing her motorcycle and trailer. See Exhibit V. It's like, this is nonstop. So Ernesto had items, something. I had an accident and was paying monthly payments. I recognize a deposit in order from him to keep it. He didn't want to pay it. I asked him to return items, my bike, my trailer, and has refused to do so. I moved and he moved items, I guess is what it says, something like that. Okay. STU, we just looked at V, the conspiracy. Okay, so the conspiracy got her arrested. Warrant application affidavit, Miss King once again falsely warrant application. Miss King once again falsely using the identity of Miss Holloway filed a notice of appearance in the case on February 7th, 2022, claiming to be counsel for defendant Ernest Del Williams. See Exhibit W. She sure did. Fulton County Court, she filed that 27222. April Holloway, law firm of Goldberg Sutton, enters appearance for defendant Ernesto Williams and put a fake bar number, everything. I mean, she's bold. Sis bold over there, okay? And they've got all of it, okay? Do we see W? Okay, we just saw W, her entering her appearance. Notice of appearance on same day, a video Zoom hearing, which was provided to the defendant in discovery, was also held before Fulton County. Is that what? Okay. Before Fulton County Magistrate Court, Judge Ashley Drake, Miss King using Attorney Holloway's identity. And so basically what I'm getting here is now they're rolling into things Nesto did with Erica King. First it was things Nesto did by himself. Now it's things Nesto did with Erica, and how these things all happened before the fact and were noticed before the fact, or crimes that would happened and were documented before the fact, that would have, potentially came out anyway. So now they're talking about the dispossessories. So, okay, so here we go. 21 Magistrate 0011 notice of appearance on the day. So that was Exhibit W we just looked at. On that same day, video recorded Zoom hearing, which has been provided to the defendant's discovery, was held before Fulton County Magistrate Judge Ashley Drake. Miss King using Holloway's identity and defendant appeared on video sitting next to each other. Miss King designated her name on the Zoom application as April Holloway, but at some point during the hearing, her name on the Zoom application apparently inadvertently reverted to Erica King. Judge Drake noticed and changed and noticed the name change, and the following exchange occurred. Okay, y'all, hold on. Yeah. Let's make it big now. Look at her Zoom. She does look like the super mayor. Attorney April Holloway. Are you guys? Oh, hold on. You see it? And then it says Erica King. And who's sitting next to her? But Nesto said he don't know them folks. He said he don't know them folks, guys. What are you guys saying? Are you like busted? Busted and you can't be trusted. Two fools, okay? Baby, this is a lot, okay? I don't know why the thing is going off. It's so... I'm gonna have to go check it in a minute. Guys, we're gonna have to take a intermission in a minute. I've been sitting here for 3.5 hours. I think when we get to the 4-hour mark, we might have to go ahead and cut this until tomorrow to finish it up. That's who I thought it was, the Dalton mayor. She's giving, what's her name? Yes. The Thornton Township manager, executive or whatever, and Dalton mayor, Tiffany Henyard. Okay. All right, let's try to make some more progress, guys, but this was the Zoom situation. Erica King, and look at Nesto. Okay. That's embarrassing. Okay, and let's read, okay? Okay. All right. Okay. Judge Drake, is your name April Holloway? Let me find Judge Drake for you guys real quick. Hold on. You guys might say that's not necessary, but Judge Ashley Drake, Fulton County. Just so we know who we're talking about. Y'all, Erica King did not stand a chance. Judge Ashley was like, girl, ma'am, please. Ma'am, can you please put your bar card in the chat, please? Judge Ashley Drake, girl. Judge Ashley, girl, what is her last name? Gola Samahosamemi Drake. Judge Ashley Go Lamhosiemi Drake was appointed chief magistrate by Chief Judge Magistrate Judge Cassandra Kirk to the Fulton County Magistrate Court bench May 8th, 2020. Ashley was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and graduated from Georgia State University. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Let's get back here. Judge Drake, is your name Ashley Holloway? Why does it say Erica King? Miss King. Judge, it's my paralegal's name. I can go in and rename it. So it's when I'm coming back on, I renamed it. So I jumped right into the hearing. I didn't have time to change it. Okay, well, this is a recorded hearing. So at some point, please rename yourself, your name. Several minutes later, presumably, Judge Drake had become suspicious of Miss King and further exchange occurred. Miss Holloway, can you just confirm your bar number? Oh, yes, my bar number. Can I send it to you in the chat? I'm sorry. Can I send it to you in the chat? Your bar number is secret. King says, I said, can I send it in the chat, please? Because with Miss Delaney, we've had a lot of issues with her. Judge Drake, okay, but I mean, my understanding is that it's a matter of Miss King. I've dealt with a lot of harassment. Judge Drake says, you cannot put your bar number in the chat, but I mean, you can put your bar number in the chat, but I mean, your bar number is on your entry of appearance, which is filed in the case. A bar number is not secret. It's a matter of public record, and ultimately, I'm not entirely sure why it's a secret. I mean, my bar number is 476-555. Miss King. So I will send it over to you. Let me explain to you. My firm is a family law firm. We represent high profile individuals. Ernest Williams is married to a high profile celebrity, and we've had tons of issues with Miss Delaney in reference to this case. I don't even understand what Erica King is doing. I'm just going to be honest. Hold on a second. Let me turn my phone off. Okay. I understand that, and so I told you you can send your bar number through the chat if it's absolutely necessary, but it's not like it's a secret. The bar number that you are sending, Miss King, it is my right to protect myself because again, this woman has a lengthy. Judge Drake says, Miss Holloway, send your bar number through the chat. She has a lengthy criminal history. And I mean, it's the irony of Erica King impersonating a real lawyer and saying that she wants to protect herself from fraud. Meanwhile, she is sitting there and frauding another person. She's sitting there frauding an attorney, calling herself April Holloway, arguing with the judge about why she's not providing her credential, and she's sitting up there committing the fraud herself. Brazen. Can you believe it? The gaslight of it all. Okay. All right. Okay. See Exhibit X. Did we see Exhibit X already? We saw Exhibit X. Exhibit X is them. This is Exhibit X. These two clowns. I'm just going to go a little bit further. I'm going to shut this down because I can't take that. I need to reset the alarm system. Okay. Okay. Why? Okay. So we saw Exhibit X. Exhibit X screen captures the hearing on February 7th. Miss Delaney's warrant application is ultimately denied. But only after the defendant and his accomplice committed a fraud against Miss Delaney. Sandy Springs Police and Fulton County Magistrate see Exhibit Y. Why? Application denied. So Miss Delaney couldn't get any. They were sitting up there straight up lying on her, gaslighting. I mean, Miss Delaney, I don't think was completely squeaky clean, but I think it was a situation where she and Nesto were playing a game, and I mean, Nesto's winning at this point. You know what I mean? She's playing a game against Nesto, and Nesto got his goon, which is Erica King, pretending to be a lawyer, and that's a problem. Okay. This little section might be good because I'm seeing some more names. Okay, they're basically explaining the whole con. Okay. Okay. Moreover, the state employed every possible resource to locate potential victims of the defendant during the district attorney's office pre-indictment investigation of this case. In addition to, hold on a second, let me hit reset on the thing because I'm tired. I can't listen to this anymore. Okay, guys, intermission. Hold on one second.
You can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be the side hand. Thank you, Reggie, for correcting her. I will be the side chick. The mistress, the side chick, the hand. It's whatever. I mean, name calling is what y'all do. That's you can sleep. Side hand, I'll be that too. Because chicks are young and this chick is old. So I'll be.
Okay, guys, I don't know. I don't think I fixed it, but we'll go a little bit. What'd I say? Yeah, we have like 20 more minutes. I have to cut this off because the dogs are going crazy. And then we'll resume from wherever we stopped off. Okay. This is quite lengthy. Handy hen. Huh. You hate her voice. She says she hates her voice too. Okay, let's get into it because I want to see what this exhibit is all about. I want to know where we are. Okay, we're at Exhibit Z. Okay, Exhibit Z. Okay, here we go. Moreover, the state employed every possible resource to locate potential victims of the defendant during the district attorney's office pre-indictment investigation in the case, in addition to the general publicity and public calls for victims to come forward both by Roswell Police Department, the district attorney's office. The state utilized public courts, including Fulton County's Odyssey system, to locate other criminal and civil cases brought against the defendant. Multiple victims were located in this manner, including Drusilla Scott, Count One, Jasmine Collins, and Mario Alvarado, Crystal Waters, Melvin Stokes, and Juan Smith. See Exhibit Z. So those were all incidences that happened. Okay. So these were all 2014. So that supersedes the vehicle search. Like that has nothing to do with that because these were crimes that were investigated and it shows a pattern, all of those things prior to anything that had to do with the vehicle search. Okay. Drusilla, Crystal Waters, Melvin Stokes, Mario Alvarado. These are all things that were different theft. TDFT was that connection filed as Ernest L. Williams. I think most of these were like theft by deceptions, theft by takings, all of these things. They're all in the RICO. Okay. Okay. Flip this back. Okay. Exhibit AA is Drusilla Scott's complaint. The defendant borrowed, are you guys seeing this? The defendant borrowed $3,700, interest accrued after 30 days in the amount of $5,000. So he borrowed, wow. So so let me borrow 3,700 and in 30 days, I'm going to give you back plus $1,300. What kind of interest rate is that? So what kind of loan is that? Some damn loan sharking? Okay, but I mean, hey, if that's what it is. So interesting. Okay. BB is Jasmine Collins. This was that other situation. The $15,000. Jasmine Collins and Ernesto Williams have come to a mediated agreement. Mr. Williams agrees to pay restitution in the amount of $15,000. Payments of $5,000 a month for 3 months. First payment must be mailed by Monday, November 2nd. Mail to something, attorney, make money orders out to Jasmine Collins. First restitution, Monday, November 9th. Sign the mediator, whatever. Okay. An indictment. In the names behalf of the citizens of Georgia. Accused did create the impression that the accused would provide the victim Crystal Waters an RV, which was to serve as a mobile barbershop in the exchange for $10,000. How are you going to have a mobile barbershop for $10,000? But okay, Crystal, I don't know. So he was supposed to, the accused would provide the victim, Crystal Waters, an RV, which would serve as a mobile barbershop in exchange for $10,000. The accused received the cash, and has failed to provide the vehicle despite numerous attempts by the victim to have the accused provide the vehicle in question or return the funds given. Okay. We know that one. DD, is this the Melvin Stokes one? King Mozzie? Yes, King Mozzie. You guys remember King Mozzie? Theft by deception. Accused did create the impression upon Melvin Stokes that the accused was the rightful possessor of a 1998 Prevost bus, which the accused sold to Melvin Stokes II, promising to provide the title to said vehicle at the same time of purchase, and the vehicle had a valid lien placed upon it, and the lien holder took possession of the 89 Prevost bus, therefore depriving the victim of said property and U.S. currency. Okay. He had previous indictments, but they were all no pros. Which one is this one? This is Exhibit EE. Juan Smith. Theft by deception. Ernest Williams deceitfully swindled me out of $10,000 by creating a false impression of liquid, maybe impression of liquid assets and pertaining and something, a myth of financial stability. What does that mean? I don't even, theft by deception. Ernest deceitfully swindled me out of $10,000 by creating a false impression of liquid assets. Girl, I don't know. Another situation. That was EE Juan Smith warrant application, and in addition, Miss Delaney's case against the defendant appears when searching for the defendant's name or his alias in the Odyssey system. Miss Delaney would have inevitably been discovered as a victim in this matter. So they brought all of these people up to substantiate Miss Delaney and her Harley, because while they were searching the Odyssey system, they found Miss Delaney's case. I guess that's what he just said, right? As set forth, nothing related to Miss Delaney is subject to suppression. All evidence related to Miss Delaney either was known or reported prior to the seizure of the Ford F-350 would have inevitably been discovered, and was discovered from the source independent of the Ford F-350, or is sufficiently attenuated such that any taint was cured. Okay. Okay, so that's where they show that in FF. Did they talk about that already? FF right there. Okay. I think I guess we'll go back to FF real quick, but I think we're gonna stop right here. Larry stuttered. That's oh, is this the owners of oh yeah. Yeah, this is going to be another long one. We'll have to get into this tomorrow. Like we will start back on this. I think this is going into, is this 990? Is this 990 or 980? Larry stuttered. 990 Pine Grove Road. Okay. We'll start here, guys, because I mean, there's still 110 pages of exhibit and still 10 pages of document. So it's like an average of each page has at least 10 more pages of exhibits to go through. So this particular document, the first 29 pages are Will Wooten's argument, and the subsequent pages are all of his receipts. So we still have 111 pages of receipts and 10 pages. So really only 10 more pages of argument, but all of this has like police reports, leases. Are you seeing this? Share this tab instead. Okay. It's a lot. There's still 110 pages of receipts. So we'll do this tomorrow. Tomorrow, first thing, 9:00, I will come back and we will finish this up. I don't want to lose my place. So I want to leave it right here. So I'm not like, okay, where did we leave off yesterday? I think we left off right here. And right now my husband's pulling in after it's been like Armageddon. He's now pulling into the driveway, so that noise can stop. Anyway, guys, y'all. Put a gallon of water in the refrigerator for tomorrow. You guys are so funny. Normally I'll usually drink 2 bottles of water while I'm live with you guys. Thanks, Pooh. Oh, she gave me the stank face. Why I get the stank face? She's giving Lammy stank face. Okay. Baby, y'all did that. Thank you for everybody who sat here the whole time. But yeah, we're almost at 4 hours. I feel like, you know what? my God. Let me say thank you. First of all, thank you to everybody here. That's number one. Number Bougie Gang, period. Stand up. Give you guys some applause. Let me give you guys some all the way 100s. Let me see. Let me give you guys some 100s. And then let me give you guys some number ones. Let me give you guys some bingos. You guys handled the business today. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button. We got 631 likes, okay, right now. That's beautiful. And the chat was on it the whole time. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Bougie Gang, stand up, period, okay? Everybody who sent me something, everyone who, I mean, this was like the most expensive document. I would say, which I still haven't shown that body cam video yet because I'm so pissed off about it because it's heavily redacted. But the audio is still good. The most I have spent on like a FOIA has been, I spent like a couple of $100. I think I spent like almost about $300 altogether to get the Hawaii 5-0 stuff. And we saw the police report, which I feel like was the best part of it, but the video is very heavily redacted. But I have not spent over $100 on just a document. I was kind of like, what? And the Hawaii 5-0 stuff has to do with the mommy community. If you guys watch Tasha K and you guys know, what's her name? Rose. When her husband got arrested, I got the body cam video, but they redacted it because it was a domestic violence situation. They redacted it super duper heavily. So I'm still kind of pissed off about it. And the kids were there and the babies were crying. So you can hear the audio, but the kid was crying the whole time. So it was almost, I don't want to say it was a waste of money, but I'm just not happy with everything I got, but whatever. Anyway, but that's kind of the price you pay when you are doing these FOIA requests, because sometimes you do a FOIA and it's free. It just depends on the state, the city, whatever. And then sometimes they send you an invoice. Like they want you to pay for the pages. They want you to pay for the clerk search time. So sometimes they have a price associated with like Cobb County, for instance. Typically phone calls, you used to have to pay something, but now that everything is digital, the cost associated, just, there's no cost associated anymore. But for the videos, there is a cost associated, but it's not high at all. It's nominal. But other cities, like sometimes you have to pay stuff. Fulton County, you definitely have to pay for documents, but it's not usually that much. But federal, it's like 10 cents a sheet, 10 cents a page type thing. But Fulton County is 50 cents a page, like $2.50 the first page, and then they charge you credit card processing fee. So yeah, this one was the most expensive, but it's interesting. It's very detailed. It's worth it. So anyway, let me get through this tomorrow. I will get it ready and I will let you guys have it, but I want to finish it up. And then I will make it available. I'll post the link for you guys to get that tomorrow after I finish with it. Okay. So that's that. If you want to be able to read it on your own, I will make that available tomorrow. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for all of the interruptions. I did the best I could, but this is a mom studio and that's the best. My best is the best that I can do. So I hope it wasn't too bothersome and you guys got something out of it. It was good. We're still good. Okay, good. I feel like we made a big dent in this thing because we got to page 165. As far as the exhibits went, the exhibits started at page 30. So we got through 135 pages of exhibit, and we've gotten through roughly 2/3 of the actual argument document. So we're there. We're moving right along. Tomorrow, I don't want to put a time to it because, girl, it could be 2 hours, but Yeah. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. Okay, set your notifications to all so you can all be notified when I go live tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Bible lady. Thank you, Bible lady. Thank you. Thank you, HB5. Thank you. I got to get my husband to fix the thing. We had a guys, if I tell you what, like, we had a power outage. It was only for like 5 minutes. But it was weird because I opened up the garage and Pharaoh's like, the power just went out. And my neighbor has a automatic generator. So as soon as we have a power outage, his generator immediately goes on. So I walk in because I was still outside. I was talking on the phone. Farrah went in before me, and then she says the power went out, and I was like, "What do you mean the power went out?" Because I wasn't even thinking about it. And then she says, "Listen, you hear the generator?" And I was like, "Oh my god, what happened?" I looked at the stove. There was the light wasn't on or anything. But then, like 5 minutes later, everything came back on. So I don't know what happened. Just y'all, it's been challenging. You thoroughly enjoyed this live. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed. It was entertaining. I hate that I couldn't, no interruptions, but I'm a mom blogger. You know what I mean? Like anyway, I don't know if Tanika's still here. Tanika came through. I don't know if Nyla came through, but shouts out to and hey girl, hey to everybody. Hey guy, hey to all of the guys, all of the girls. And I will see you guys later. Can you teleport us to the live to tomorrow? Oh my God. Really? We're going to get into it. I promise. I'm going to come here first tomorrow. Tomorrow, instead of Love Lies and Lace Fronts in the morning, I will do this. Okay. I may even do a little live for them very, very early. Like super duper early at like 6:00. As my husband walks out the door, and then when I'll come here at 9. You know what I mean? I'll set up the live for tomorrow, 9:00, and we'll finish this because we've got to finish it. I don't want to go into the whole nut tomorrow. I'm like not have this done. This is epic. Okay. All right, you guys, just remember where we left off. We left off on page 19. We're going into item number 6, and I'm not going to touch my computer at all. I'm just going to leave it right where it's at. Okay, you guys. No, I'm gonna do something early, or I might record something tonight. I can't leave my boo-boos and my bebes. I can't leave. I might record something tonight. Let me get my bearings, or I'll do it early in the morning and it'll run. But yeah, sometimes you just got to use the automation when you need to be in 2 places at once. You know what I'm saying? So I got to use my automation. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for all of your support. It means so much. Okay. It means a lot. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. We love this topic because, girl, is so messy. It's so messy. It's so complex. We walk away. I feel like this hits so many different levels because we get to learn and we get to key. Okay. We get to key. We get to point fingers at Sonya on some keep your legs close to married men. We have a laugh because Nesto is dumb as hell. And we also get to learn and discuss what's going on in this whole case, in the legal process. So it's so much fun. I love it. Anyway, guys, you guys take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Y'all take care.